Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
I mean, really, you're just gonna sit here and do the John Cena?
Do 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 do.
Is that what you're gonna do?
What I do?
All right, there we go. Now my mic is working. Hey, everybody, welcome to the Clean Finish Podcast, episode number 19 of this. This is the December 24th, 2015 episode. Merry Christmas Eve, or Merry Christmas if you're over there in Europe or wherever it is Christmas. If you celebrate it, whatever you do, happy holidays. I am Blackjack at It's 21 Blackjack on Twitter. With Wiza at Wiza Now on Twitter. Follow the Clean Finish Podcast Twitter at Need Clean Finish. Not a lot to talk about. We have NXT to obviously cover. We can do some end of the year wrap up stuff. Talk a little bit of rumors, and then I guess we can get on out of here because maybe we can actually spend a little bit more time taking some questions too, because I don't expect NXT to take that long.
I'm pissed off, Blackjack.
Really? Why?
We're nearing the end of the year. Christmas is upon us.
Okay.
I haven't had any eggnog.
Okay.
It's a good mixture with some Baileys, man.
Okay.
Haven't had any this year.
I mean, maybe you should go out and buy some alcohol.
We're near the end of the year. Christmas is upon us. Why am I hearing double? Is that you? Tell me that's on your end.
What's on my end?
The stream. Tell me that's on your end.
I don't hear double anything.
Oh, come on. I just heard it sway. All right, whatever. But yeah. After this, now, everything's gonna be they will still be open. No, it's Christmas Eve. Anything open on Christmas Eve?
Chinese stores.
Yeah, they don't sell eggnog, do they?
No, they don't.
Nor do they have Baileys.
No, they don't.
But Bojangles. There we go.
Bojangles is they make biscuits and chicken.
Not eggnog.
No.
Maybe they got a special on eggnog.
No, Wiza. No.
Oh. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I'm just gonna bury all your heat there. So yeah, let's quickly cover NXT because there won't be a lot to talk about, and then we can go straight into rumors, news, anything we want to talk about.
SmackDown also happened. Did you see it?
I didn't. I saw it, and then I think after the first hour, I was like, oh, right, it's SmackDown.
Okay, so you watched the hour more than I did. Okay, fair enough.
It was literally tag team match, 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 tag team.
So Teddy Long is still there.
Teddy Long is apparently still there. And his Christmas gift to all of us was tag team matches. And I was just like, all right, whatever.
Since when did they get all these tag teams?
They just started putting people together. It's like, you have a tag team match. Oh, you're trying to stop Christmas? Well, you're Neville and you're Titus O'Neil. You can tag team together to fight off Stardust and whoever to stop Christmas to save Christmas.
Wait, time out. They did a save Christmas gimmick?
Yes.
Save Christmas from who?
From Stardust, because Stardust was going to cancel Christmas even though Kevin Owens already did.
All right, so
we talked way too much about SmackDown than we should have.
Let's talk about something else. What are we doing here?
NXT started. This was pretty much the dark matches that happened over there in London. Started off with the highlight video of everything that happened last week. Then we had a 4-way tag match. The Vaudevillains came down. Interesting to note here. The Vaudevillains came down, and I think they're starting to turn. They haven't officially turned quite yet. They've suggested it, but it's nothing like, okay, they're officially heel. They got cheers as they came down. They were dressed as Sherlock Holmes, and as I've learned now, apparently one of the Doctor Who's. Then you had Blake and Murphy, who appropriately got booed. The Hype Bros came down and got booed.
You know what? Did you expect that?
I can't say I expected it because
no, I didn't expect it.
No, I thought that they would have either gotten a mild reaction or maybe some cheers, but no, they got booed. Like they're like New Day when New Day was face.
Ooh.
You're supposed to cheer for them, and everybody's like, no, we don't want it.
Are we really supposed to cheer for New Day, though?
No, we weren't. Well, originally
Like,
we were.
never?
Originally we were because they were like, "Oh, positivity! We're so
Didn't you really
happy."
think they was trying to get us a chair for them?
They were generic as hell.
I thought that we were. I thought that they were supposed. Let me fix this. I thought that they were heel from the start.
No, no, they were definitely faces, and that's why we were bored of them. It wasn't until a flip, like a switch flipped in their heads. It was one match in particular, I can't think of which one it was, where they inadvertently cheated, and then Xavier just like looked and was like, "Wait a minute, that won us a match."
I thought they were.
Maybe we should do that more often. Yeah.
I really thought they were heels from the start.
No. Oh boy. Yeah. No.
That's how you got to do it.
And then Chad Gable and Jason Jordan came out, and dear God.
Oh, absolutely.
That place popped like crazy.
That's what's going to happen, though.
Oh, yeah. So they come down. They have this match. It's a four-way match. a lot of moves happened. Some good back and forth. The one thing that I want to note here.
Can we compare this to?
You can compare this to any tag team match that Raw or that's on a pay-per-view. There is a sense of urgency in this fatal four-way match.
I was gonna say, like, all right, we had a four. Oh no! How did that happen on Raw? Where they had the Dudleys? They had like 16 men. Nah, this turned out to be 8. Never mind. Go along.
Okay. There was a fatal four-way when New Day won the title for the second time, or was it the third time? I can't remember.
Second.
Remember when New Day tagged themselves in and tried to pin each other? That and it almost worked. That would have never. They would have never gotten to a 1 count if that happened.
Oh my God, that's still good to this day.
That was great.
Kofi was ready to eat the pin.
He just laid there. He's like, "Go pin me, please."
Oh my God, yeah. See, they don't do stuff like that anymore, man.
No, because every match must be exactly the same.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But yes, there was such an urgency in this match. They got a lot of heat with I think it was Blake and Murphy were working over Gable, and they would even get Alexa Bliss involved in it. A lot of great exchanges all throughout. I think the big thing was that because of a distraction by Alexa, either Blake or Murphy, I can't remember. I think Blake, because Blake's the one with the blonde hair. Blake started to work Gable's knee. Aiden English and Simon Gotch, they were working heel in this match. They were. But it just obviously the crowd hasn't caught on to it yet. Either that or the crowd just wants them to stay face.
Or maybe they just feel like marking out to some other shit.
That's true. It's the different crowd out there. So they continue to work over Gable. Everybody's working over Gable as Gable's making everybody look like $1 million. And then Jordan gets the hot tag.
The crowd was hot for him too.
My God. Yeah, like I keep saying this. I really, really, as great as Chad Gable is, I really like Jason Jordan that much as well. Dear God, this hot tag. I keep saying this. Every time I see Jason Jordan, I just see everything Roman Reigns should have been a year ago.
Shit.
This is exactly how Roman Reigns should wrestle matches. He and not even on a hot tag, just he gets in the ring, he just starts killing things, suplex everything, take out everyone, and win. How hard is this?
Keep it simple.
Yes, this was Roman Reigns when he was with Seth Rollins in the Shield. And now they're doing it with Gable and where Gable is Seth Rollins and Jordan is Roman Reigns. And just keep it simple with the guy. That's it. He gets in a match with Big Show. That match should be 5 minutes. I understand Big Show's big, and you can sell the size a little bit, but he shouldn't be selling.
I don't give a damn if he's big. Fuck
yeah.
That guy.
He shouldn't be selling on the floor for 15 minutes and then coming back in 2. No, he should be beating that guy in 5 minutes because he's a slow, tall fuck.
Big Show.
And also, he's the Big Show.
Damn, I'm all kinds of messed up today.
So yeah, he turned into a Colt from my old DPW series, just suplexing everything. Like he hit about like 10 different suplexes, I want to say.
So you're saying that this isn't Titus O'Neil?
No, he suplexed the dude out of the ring onto other people. Jason Jordan was out of control. This is what you want Titus O'Neil to be. Because Titus O'Neil will recklessly throw people around. Jason Jordan, there was not one throw on his suplexes where I thought that dude could be in trouble. Everybody landed safely. Everything looked safe, but he just ran wild. It was great. I mean, it's about as hot as a Titus O'Neil hot tag. I agree. May even be even hotter.
Okay.
But dear Lord, Jason Jordan was great. They hit the Grand Apple too for the win.
Has turned the he's turned over for the good in your eyes.
Oh, Jason Jordan?
Yes.
Oh dear. He's been that for a while now.
No, I mean I'm on board with it. I'm definitely on board with it.
Yeah.
Still something that's just a little off about him to me though. And maybe we'll see it once they start filming back over here. And it's not over in England where everything is going to come off. Well, not everything, but almost everything is going to come off as good.
Dude, that was a live performance over there in London too. It's not like this was like a week of tapings. Live performance. That dude nailed everything. Hot as just ridiculously hot off that hot tag. I mean, he looks like a guy right now that, granted, I don't think he should go singles, but he looks like if he were to go singles, he would kill everything.
No, I'm on board with it. See, I think that's what it is that I feel as though I'm missing about him. Like, am I confident that he'll be good he'll be okay by himself?
No, I don't think we're quite there yet. I don't think we're there yet because then you're going to ask him to. And granted, I don't think he really should be cutting too many promos on to begin with. Chad Gable and Jordan, they keep them to a minimal when they're talking. They let their wrestling do the work. But yeah, no. If your concern is can he be a singles guy, then yes, I understand that, and I don't think he's quite there yet either. I think it's a very good idea to keep them as a tag team because they are hot right now, and you would be stupid.
You don't want to mess that up.
Correct. It's the same thing with the Shield where they just, you knew at some point they're going to have to go their own separate ways, but they broke them up too early.
Especially like without reason.
Yes.
That was just stupid. All right. Finish it up.
Grand Amplitude on Blake. Chad and Gable win. So it kind of makes me think, wow, hey, Alexa, you guys are losers. Maybe you would want to team up with Dash and Dawson and Finn Balor and do that thing.
Some winners.
Yeah.
Guys that know how to win.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they need Dawson to just run up on her in the back.
Yes. It was a very, very fun match. Great way to start off the show. Corey Graves on commentary is amazing. I didn't write down everything he said, but dear God, like everything he said made sense. Nothing he said was like stupid. He was just a great announcer. Like every time I hear him, I'm like, we have to deal with JBL and Michael Cole on commentary. And granted, I don't hate Michael Cole, but from a commentary standpoint and how they book them up there in WWE, I'm like, you have money down here in NXT with Corey Graves, and he's still down here. Granted, I guess he just fits it better. Whatever.
Well, I'm a little indifferent here.
Okay.
Because, like, when I listen to Corey Graves, he's good at what he does, but there's this one glaring issue with him that I've just noticed. He's a heel commentator, right?
Yeah.
And he shits on heels.
We'll get to that because I know what you're talking about, and
what I'm talking about just made me like start looking back at other stuff and looking at some of the stuff going forward. It's like he just shits on everybody.
He doesn't shit on every heel.
Well, all right. There's even some faces that he praised.
Correct, and he chooses them wisely.
I'm just weirded out
There are
by
some
how
guys
he chooses
because
people.
there are some guys that you just can't deny. So
That's not this. See now, I think back to Bobby Heenan.
okay,
If you were a face, he crapped all over you, whether you were good or not. If you were Honky Tonk Man who wasn't good, oh, he praised the fuck out of you because you're a heel. The heel commentator is there to put over the heel wrestler.
mm-hmm.
He's put over some face. I mean, like you said, he chooses his people, but at the same time, how does that help when a heel needs to get over and your heel commentator is like bringing him down? Again, his commentary is good, but I'm just lost as to what exactly is it that he is supporting. Like, there's no consistency there.
I get why that can be frustrating. And it doesn't. I guess it doesn't bother me as much because it makes him come off more as a real person. I guess, and I guess what I like about it is that he understands what to rib on, so he'll look at like somebody and just say like, oh, this person looks ridiculous, and he can sell that for somebody like Enzo and Cass or somebody else, and sometimes he can be a hypocrite with it when a heel Dillinger is there, where he'll say like, you can say what you want about his haircut, the guy is blah 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 blah, but then there are certain people like a Finn Balor or a Jason Jordan and Chad Gable, where he'll sell them a little bit on like, yeah, they have all the ability and that's great. But especially with Finn Balor, he'll say, he's the champion. You respect that. Of course, he wins his matches, but he's going in the ring with Samoa Joe. That's a monster. He doesn't need the stupid face paint or anything like that. I don't know. I understand why you have your beef with it, but it's not to me. It's not that big.
All right, let's move to the next match.
Bull Dempsey versus Elias Sampson.
God damn it.
Yeah.
This bothered me.
This
one bothered me.
They didn't do anything with this.
No. Well, my first issue here is they're acting as if Elias Sampson is new.
Right.
And they're saying words like debut. How about like?
Because I think what they want to do.
We know that he's been there. We know that he's been there for a while now.
Well, they do that with a lot of people.
They can say like debuting his new attitude or something. Like, just don't act like we don't know that he's been there.
Well, I mean, they technically did that with Corbin. They've done that with a number of guys.
When they do that with Corbin?
Because before he's been beaten before. So when they re-debuted him as Baron Corbin, the lone wolf, they wanted to make it seem as if it was clean, so that loss that he took in the past doesn't matter. This is a new clean slate.
Okay, that must have been when I wasn't watching NXT. I only knew about Baron Corbin as Baron Corbin.
Right. There are a few other guys like that, and I can't think of too many off the top of my head. Because remember, we used to know Kyle Cassidy. His name is still the same, but
yeah, he didn't always have
Enzo.
Yeah, he was straight up jobber. Mm-hmm. But all right, let's go back to
it's the same thing. Like if they ever decide to do anything with LaForte. You remember the French dude who had his and then Marcus Louis and
bring him back. That I can understand, but Samson was just
there
the show a month ago.
No, he was there for Brooklyn.
He was there?
Yeah, and then I think he went off for a little while.
He was also there for the tag team tournament. These are recent.
Yeah, you're right. I get it, but I think the idea is, and trust me, I understand where you're coming from too. From a logic standpoint, that doesn't make much sense. The idea that they're going with though is that clean slate, Elias Sampson, Drifter.
Then they gotta say that.
I know.
Put over new attitude. Let me hear a new attitude. Then I'm on board.
Okay.
But if it wasn't recent that we just seen him, then I would say, okay, all right, I'll buy the debut.
I mean, think about Eva Marie. Eva Marie has been in NXT before. She got her ass kicked by Bayley in a match where she had no business being there, and they just re-debuted her, and they're like, she's undefeated, and I'm like, no, she's so.
No, she's not.
So they do that. I guess that's why I'm like, all right. In their world, they kind of let this fly by because it's developmental. They want to do some things. But let's talk more about the match itself.
Yeah.
So Bull comes out. People are behind him.
And he just did jumping jacks for 10 minutes.
Yeah, he just did jumping jacks for a little bit. And then Elias Sampson's music hits.
Not a fan of the music.
Listen, London was ridiculously loud for everything. They wouldn't stop singing. They wouldn't stop chanting. There were times where I was watching TakeOver. Where I'm like, you're not even selling the match. You're just singing for the sake of singing. They went on for hours and hours and hours.
This one particular
they
match.
Were dead fucking silent for Elias Sampson. You could hear a pin drop when this man came out. Everybody just was like, sitting on their hands. They didn't know how to react to him. They didn't know, okay, is this a face? Is this a heel? Why does he have a guitar? They're just sitting there staring.
So what you're saying is when they did the vignettes, they didn't do a good enough job at telling us what to expect from this guy or what type of person he is.
Oh, I mean, like, I guess from a drifter, he's just a guy that just kind of moves to and fro, and I guess he drifts by himself. So I guess those are kind of things that you would help.
Yeah, they sold it on commentary. They did a good job explaining it on commentary, but going into it, if your crowd doesn't know this, how are they supposed to react?
Right, and it's the same thing. Like, remember, this was the same thing with Nia Jax too, where you're just kind of like, you see all these vignettes, and you're like, okay, now she needs to get here, and then when she gets here, you're just like, well, here she is. She's dressed in all blue,
and she's smiling.
She kind of looks like a fake. Like, I cheer this, and it kind of takes a while. I don't think that's exactly the same case here with Elias Sampson because I really don't know how to react to him. I really don't know what they're going for. I think he's a heel.
Like I know going in, I like from the vignettes, I figured that he's supposed to be a heel.
I mean, that's what I kind of figured too, but I wasn't sure.
And then he's going up against Bullfit. Bullfit's a face.
Bullfit's face, yes. So I mean that was kind of the giveaway. But man, that reaction was like dead silent.
I don't think that they introduced any type of personality with the guy.
No,
there was no personality there. And not only that, but let's get to the match a little bit.
The match actually didn't do too much.
No, there was nothing put together here.
No, it was just kind of like
from the beginning. You got Samson selling.
Yeah, the entrances were actually longer than anything. Samson sold for a little bit while. I think they did like a few arm drags, and then Samson hit some move. He got up on the top rope.
Told the crowd to shh.
He didn't need to.
Maybe he heard somebody fart. And he just
hit an elbow drop, and then that was it.
I will say that his Hail to the King was pretty clean, though.
It was, but at the same time, I'm just like...
That's all he did.
It was literally the reaction. I was watching it with a few other people, and I'm just kind of like, that's it.
That's it. So I guess, and what I was saying before, the guy has the Macho Man look, so I guess they're going to give him the Macho Man finish.
I guess so.
I expected a whole lot more here.
Like, it's funny. It's funny because the second I saw the elbow drop, I was like, they're really going to have that be his finish?
Yeah. Now, when we seen him jobbing out to guys, he performed.
He was great when he was jobbing. Yeah, he was really good when he was jobbing. So I don't know.
So it's like we see this, and it's like, well, what the shit is this?
What's the guitar for?
Yeah, why does and then he plays the guitar at the end, and it's like, but he wasn't playing it. And it's like, back to the drawing board.
Yeah, like I don't care for him pretending to play the guitar, and it's not like he's gonna beat anybody with it. So I don't know. Maybe they'll go back to NXT and they'll have a better idea of what to do. Or maybe they'll go to the drawing board. Maybe this will be Sammy, not Sammy. Fucking what's his name?
Gimmick.
Solomon Crow. Where it's like, we didn't do this hacker gimmick. It's not really working. All right, let's try this again, and kind of go back to the drawing board. And so they just realize, well, shit, we ain't got nothing for you.
Before we talk about the next match, I got a tweet.
Okay.
And let me see who the tweet is from. Because there's a pretty good headline here. This is from Pro Massacre on the Twitters.
Okay.
The headline is from Finn Balor. I feel if I was called up to the main roster, it would be a step back from my career. Finn Balor.
He's been saying that already.
Has he ever said? I've never heard him say that. That saying that the main roster would be a step back.
I mean, I don't blame him. I agree with him.
No, of course not. But it takes some balls to say, either it takes some balls to say something like that, or it's a work. It's a work, Blackjack.
I don't think it's a work.
It's a work. They're going to be doing something. Main roster versus NXT is coming.
Oh, you mean that? Oh, I can see something like that happening.
The work. Everything is. Let me see. Current NXT champion Finn Balor recently appeared on the Sam Roberts Wrestling Podcast during an interview. He was asked if he wanted to be called up to the main roster, and here's what he had to say. I really believe that what we're doing here in the NXT Performance Center and what we're doing in NXT is something that's going to be remembered for years. I feel like to get a quote, unquote, called up to the main roster would be maybe like a step back for my career right now. Obviously, instant gratification. You get called up to the main roster. That's great. But I think what we're doing in NXT will stand longer in history as kind of a revolutionary period. And to kind of pull myself out of that will be detrimental to my career in the long term.
It's everything he said before.
Yeah.
Stop overreact.
Actually made it look great.
That's what they do. They try to sell you on a headline. It's like when Dean Ambrose said, he's not afraid to go up against the guys like John Cena or something like that. It's like people are like, oh, Dean Ambrose won't let John Cena bury him. And I'm like, relax. It's not what he said. It's not what he said. Stop. Try again.
That right there is definitely taking a snippet and like glorifying it.
Yeah. So after that,
he has a choice in the matter. Vince wants you. You're going up. I don't give a fuck.
So afterwards, we had Sami Zayn versus Ty Dillinger. Actually, a pretty good little match here. Dillinger's a great worker. Sami Zayn got his return. A good pop. I wouldn't say it was a good pop. It was a great pop.
He was really flailing them arms, boy.
Oh, yeah. He wanted to let you know they work.
He was flailing the fuck out of them. It's like he practiced flailing his arms before he came out.
Uh-huh.
Just to make sure that he wouldn't get a pop. Dun, 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 dun. I mean, that music, man. Does he feel like he belongs there? That's the question.
I don't know. In a time where I don't know. Actually, they have a lot of faces right now.
I feel as though
there are no villains in
his class. His class is past, man. It's time for him to go.
I mean, yes, I do agree with you, but I mean, do you really want him in the shuffle right now?
I do.
Well, actually, you know what? Well, no, I don't know.
There are several reasons here.
I mean, he's a natural baby face. He like by definition of what a baby face is, it's him.
Yes, he's the anti-Kevin Owens.
Yes.
So you see how Owens is getting, great merch sales, good reaction, etc. Great on the mic, great in the ring. But the company can't put too much behind him because he's a heel. Sami Zayn is the exact same, but just as a face.
Yes.
There's money there. Vince would see that. Now will he see him as a money draw as far as like wrestling capability, a la Brock Lesnar, or would he was seeing a guy like a Roman Reigns? You know, some that he thinks that he could put on the marquee. I don't see Vince thinking that, but Vince would definitely see money in him. I think it would only take a month for Vince to realize that there's money in the guy, but I think it would be a
You're
quite a
giving
long time.
Vince too much credit considering how bad he messed up Roman Reigns.
Wait. I think it would be quite a long time before he decides or somebody decides that he could actually be in that main event picture. Now back to what you're saying about Roman Reigns here. I'm not really giving Vince credit. No, Vince sees Roman Reigns as the guy of the future. Did he not? I mean, he could fuck up his book. He could fuck up the book and all you want, but that's the guy that he's wanted. That's the guy is what do we have for Reigns? And now it's what do we have for Reigns? It's been that way for a while now. What do we have for Reigns? Whether they fucked it up or not, it's always been. You can say they fucked up Cena as well, but it's been what do we have for Cena? What do we have for Reigns?
I don't think Vince will ever look at Sami Zayn like that.
No, that's exactly what I'm saying. Vince won't see Sami Zayn as that, but he will see money in him because he'll sell. You can't. Vince can't deny it. Like numbers. For example, you got Kevin Owens who came in, sold out, put out new shirts, sold out. Did Vince stop putting out shirts? Nope. Your ass gonna keep getting new shirts because you're making money. Are we gonna push you? Nah, but you'll keep getting these shirts though.
I'm not crazy about that.
So you don't think that would happen with Zayn?
I mean, I think it'll happen, but I'm not crazy about it.
Okay, I'm listening.
No, that's it. I'm not crazy about it. I'm not crazy about a guy just being used just for money.
That's what Vince does.
I know that's what he does, but
he's not gonna push the guy.
That's my problem.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's not going to push the guy, but he'll push his merch.
Then I just don't care. Anyway, smash.
Oh yeah, there was a match. All right.
Yeah. I mean, pretty good work inside the ring. It was a great opening moment where Dillinger he hit I can't remember what he did. He did something where he worked over Sammy's arm and he rolled over to the corner and just threw a 10 in his face. I love that. It's so great. I mean, the crowd does it with him, but it's clear that they know that he's the heel.
Sami Zayn did a lot of selling to that arm. It had me wondering, like, is he really hurt or is he just really selling?
No, it's smart. So the story of the match was that Ty Dillinger was working that shoulder. He just had surgery on it. Yes, that's the shoulder you work.
Yeah. No, what I'm saying is, like, it was really believable.
Yes, Sami Zayn just he gets it.
You know, because in WWE, after the match, they're no longer selling anymore. Mm-hmm. You know, so they had after the match and even during the ending promo, he's still selling.
I mean, Sami Zayn will sell everything forever. I mean, remember the celebration where him and Kevin Owens walked out together. Kevin Owens was holding him up on his shoulder the entire way. He sold the match that he had before, and it wasn't like he was going to get up after Kevin Owens threw him on the ramp and then powerbombed him on the apron. You know, he sold everything that happened. So Zayn essentially hits his comeback at one point. The exploder suplex in the corner, haluva kick, end game, and then he did a promo where he thanked the crowd and said 2016 was going to be a bigger year for him. He talked a little bit about the main roster stuff, but he said he doesn't know what's in store for him yet.
Real quick on his moveset, haluva kick, Blue Thunder Bomb. I feel like the order of that should be changed. I think that the haluva kick should be the setup move, not the finish.
Well, the exploder suplex is a setup move.
No. I'm saying that the haluva kick shouldn't be his finish.
Oh, well, then that's a whole different story because the exploder suplex sets up the haluva kick.
Yeah.
But the Blue Thunder Bomb,
bomb stands alone, but it never finishes anyone.
No, which, yes, it is a move that looks like it should be finishing people.
It's an excellent move. It's a crowd popping move.
Oh yeah.
The haluva kick is just I'm just gonna kick you in the face as I'm running to the corner. Should people really be pinned to that?
Listen, there's a Irish man running around with a bro kick as his
Well,
finisher.
see, from Sheamus, that shit looks devastating, and it hits you from out of nowhere. Like he could hit you with that at any time. Haluva kick, you got to set up in the corner. He has to go in the other corner and wipe his face, do jumping jacks, cartwheels,
Well, he doesn't do all.
do all this dumbass shit he be doing, and then he runs over to the corner and kicks you in the face.
It's a high speed running big boot.
Over the Blue Thunder Bomb.
Listen, I'm not saying that the Blue Thunder Bomb shouldn't be his finisher, but it's justified. It's a high speed running big boot, straight to the guy's face. It's a move that looks like,
and they'll never let him do it anymore. But the
brain buster.
Buckle, the brain buster, on the buckle. Jesus Christ.
That was his finisher. Yes.
Jesus Christ. And he put anybody, it didn't matter your size. Your ass was getting up in there. I don't know how he was able to hold those guys up, but damn it, he did it. Yeah, they're never gonna let him do anything like that though. That's out. But yeah, way different than Sheamus.
I mean, Sheamus is just a big guy, and he just kind of like, it looks more like a stomp once he follows through with it. But I don't know. I'm a fan. I don't mind it being his finisher right now. I do agree that the Blue Thunder Bomb looks way better. But you know, I don't have too much of a problem with it. It's fine. It's a big kick. It's an underdog move.
And that And that ends off NXT. Sammy should be gone.
All right. Let's see.
So it looks like we're gonna get into some news, but real quick, Paige.
What about her?
Well, we both read about how she feels that she's
the
Divas title name.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Bruh.
That's either heel tactic or brainwashing. Or sorry, indoctrination.
Bruh.
She just said on Austin's podcast on August, hey, maybe we should change the Divas title to the women's title?
Here's the thing. Do you have the quote?
From
Let me look up.
From the podcast or?
No. From
the news story
article.
No, because I immediately dismissed it.
All right, I'm going to get the quote. Because I'm going to point out what's wrong with it. Hey, we got time to kill here. All right, I'm going to got to point it. Here we go. Found it. All right, got to click on the link. You got to sit up and shit. All right. Everyone wants the title to be the women's championship, but I like the fact that it's called the Divas title because it separates us from the rest of the crowd. Hey, you're a diva. People instantly know that you're in the WWE. All right, see that part right there? I feel you. If someone says, hey, you're a diva, they instantly know you're in WWE.
No, I think you're a bitch.
Well,
usually divas are people I want to stay away from. Whenever a wide receiver is referred to as a diva, it's kind of somebody that's a negative connotation towards somebody. Anybody that's considered a diva, whenever you call Ariana Grande a diva, it's a negative term. It's never been used as well, let me not say never, but nowadays it's used as a negative term.
That wasn't where I was going. So she said, at first I was all about the women's championship, but I like here's the problem. I like the fact that it's just us. This is our baby. This is our brand. Here's the issue with that. The brand sucks. The brand that became the Divas Championship, once that butterfly bullshit was introduced, it became nothing more than women that are modeling or women that are more worried about their image than worried about their in-ring work. The Divas title is associated with that, more so women's professional wrestling. That's the problem with the Divas title. So if someone say, "Oh, you're one of the divas from WWE," and you're proud of that, you're already losing. Because you see, you'll have the Divas Championship and you'll have the Women's Championship from NXT. And they know damn well they preferred their matches in NXT where they actually let them wrestle. Well,
Yep.
that's for the women. That's for the women. You go up there to the main roster and you do your butt jiggling and you're dancing and you're saluting to the crowd and you're posing and you're modeling and then the roll up the Kelly style. You're now a diva. That's your brand. That's your baby. Is that what you really came into wrestling for? Or did you come into wrestling to be a women's professional wrestler? I'm lost here. Is she saying that now she has conformed to the way of the WWE diva? Is Paige now a diva?
I mean, she's on the show Total Divas.
She's completely diva.
She's doing movies.
So she agrees. And here's the problem. If this is 100% shoot, she believes in everything that she said here, and a bunch of the other women feel the exact same way, that title's never going to change. It won't be changed because they're just going to keep conforming to this notion that she has here. They're going to keep conforming to this idea that, well, this separates us from everybody else. This is
no, it doesn't. I mean, it's just like TNA. They call their women the Knockouts. Now you're the Divas. It's just like, it's stupid. Call them women. Why must you be so much?
Women would probably rather be a knockout than a diva.
That is fair, but it's just stupid branding. It's just like, why can't you just call it the Women's Championship? Like, you know, nobody calls the men. Well, technically in WWE they call them superstars, but they don't ever call it the WWE Superstars title.
No,
that'd be dumb. They call it the WWE title.
Like, I don't care if they call the Divas title the Ninja Turtle title. If it's called the Ninja Turtle title and y'all still do what y'all do, I don't care what the name of it is. It's associated with lesser wrestling. It's associated with lesser skill. So when they say, hey, oh, you're one of the divas from the WWE, or hey, you're one of the Ninja Turtles from the WWE, they are already saying that you're no fucking good. They'll say you're one of the ones from WWE, but these NXT chicks, though, these women champions down here in NXT, though, that's the difference that people see. When we look at wrestling and we see the divas and then we see the women, we know what the difference is.
When I see divas, I see a waste of talent.
They let you wrestle for that women's title. This divas title, all right, whoever makes the best impression, you're the champion. There you go. So yeah, they could keep the divas name, they could keep the branding, they could keep the baby. But I mean, again, if this is a shoot, this is how she really feels, then she's pretty much given up on being a women's wrestler. That's how I see that. That's how I see this whole little thing right here. That's what I see from it. And it's a shame because that means that we'll probably never get the women's championship back on WWE until Vince is gone.
Nah, I'll live with it. If they want to fix it, fix it. If they don't, at this point, I really don't care.
But it's special, Blackjack.
What's so special about it?
It's the divas.
It doesn't matter. They treat them like divas anyway. They book stupid matches.
Baby.
They book stupid matches. They make Becky Lynch look like an idiot.
Brand.
Whatever. Anyway, let's. I wanted to play a quick little fun game here. Somebody had posted on Cage Side if NXT had their own, and we can do the WWE Slammies as well and book our own winners. If NXT had their own version of the Slammies, let's do a quick little vote here, or a quick little decision here, and kind of figure out these following categories.
Okay.
All right. So first, it's only for male competitors only. Superstar of the year for NXT.
Male competitors only?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Who's your superstar of the year, Wiza?
My personal or who I think would win it if they had it?
Let's go with both because I'll give mine first. I'm gonna go with.
I know who would win, but who I would want to win would be way different.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Finn Balor.
Yes.
Who I think would win, and then after I thought about it, I said, you know what, he should win. He's been there the whole year. He's been champion for most of the year. Granted, I think the character. Yeah, he's been at the top. He's been carrying the title. He hasn't done a lot in character that's made me like you really, really kind of get behind him. But looking at it from he's been here the whole year. The crowd is like really behind him, and they love the face paint and everything, and he's been carrying the title.
I agree.
I'm giving it to Finn.
I agree because I'm thinking about the other names.
And none of them are just.
They don't get like long term. They don't match up.
No.
Like if Owens was still there from the
if Owens was still there, I would have voted him. Yeah,
it would be easy. Okay. It would be very easy.
Women's,
it's got to go to Finn.
Yeah, women's wrestler of the year. I think this one gets interesting because I think my choice may actually be different than yours.
I would give it to Sasha.
Oh, okay. We're going the same route then.
You have to. She's changed the look of everything.
Same, yeah. That's exactly it. I said there's no other choice. As great,
not only NXT, but she's changed the look of WWE because now fans see like this is what we want from the WWE woman.
Mm-hmm.
We know what we can get. We want you to give it to us, and they will completely shit on the Divas Revolution until they get that. So. And that's because of her. Because they know what they can do.
And then on top of that, as great as Asuka has been, she's not been here that long yet. Mm-hmm. And Bayley sure has been here from start to finish, but Sasha Banks has put on so many great matches this year.
Mm-hmm.
And her matches were so great. And not only was that Brooklyn match so great that it made like grown men there in the arena cry.
Bayley's had 1.5 great matches.
Right. She's been so great that they couldn't deny her anymore and gave her the main event of a special event.
Yep.
No doubt in my mind, it's Sasha Banks. And that was when she was on the main roster. They said, no, we got to have you for one more match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Tag team.
Easy.
Yeah. Tag team of the year. This one could get a little interesting.
It could.
Who you got?
Shit. I would give it to Jordan and Gable.
I am also giving it to Jordan and Gable, and I really, really, really thought about giving it to Dash and Dawson. But the more I thought about it, they've just been electric. Everybody loves them. They're great. Even before Dash and Dawson were really starting to
Dash and Dawson are good at what they do.
Yes. But as a tag team, Gable and Jordan are so excited.
You got to think of who makes the biggest impact.
Yeah, and they do. They really do. So I went Gable and Jordan as well.
Yeah, you don't necessarily need a title to make the biggest impact.
Okay,
that's like New Day. Not winning tag team champion. I mean, not winning the tag team of the
year. Yeah, that'd be ridiculous. Which happened.
Even if New Day didn't have the titles, they should still be tag team of the year.
Yes, they're the only reason people are paying attention to the tag team division right now.
They're the only. For a while, they were the only reason people paid attention to wrestling in WWE.
That is very true.
It's either Monday Night Football or New Day's on. Let me turn the channel back to New Day.
Yeah.
And then when they were finished, turn it right back to Monday Night Football.
Okay. I think we may have the same answer here. Match of the year.
Fuck out of here with that Usos bullshit. Those guys should be heels now. Fuck the Usos. Match of the year.
We'll get to that one, but yeah, match of the year.
Let me think. Fuck. Do we really take it away from? You know what? See, I'm still
pick your match.
All right. I'm gonna pick what my match is. Okay. We know what the match of the year is.
Okay.
We know what the match of the year is. But my match of the year
was your match of the year Dash and Dawson versus those two jabronis?
No, it was their first match with End Zone Cat. All right, no. No. my match of the year goes to Sasha and Becky Lynch. Takeover special.
Wow.
I still prefer that match to Sasha and Bailey at Brooklyn. Not Brooklyn, the other place.
Right. No, no. Brooklyn's the one you're thinking about.
Okay, that was the first one they had?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I still prefer the one with Becky and Sasha to that one.
I can see where you're coming from because as a match, it was better worked. I think it was a better worked match, and they were both very evenly matched.
Plus, I like strong stuff. I like
it was a very strong match. Yes,
very realistic, believable, cringeworthy stuff. Like I felt as though Becky was going to break her fucking arms.
How good is it that Sasha Banks got both Becky Lynch and she got Becky Lynch over in one night?
Yeah, she did. That one match put Becky on the main roster.
Yeah,
that one match.
And Bailey got over massively. Granted, everybody wanted her to win anyway, but Sasha Banks' job
she wasn't going to be as over if that didn't happen.
No. I went with Sasha Banks and Bailey just from a story perspective. Granted, it's a match that Sasha Banks dominated about 80% of. And I can see where you could say Sasha Banks versus Becky Lynch is the better one, and I can't take that point away from you. But I just think from a story standpoint, men cried at that match. I'm going with Sasha. I can't. Men cried at that match. So I went Banks and Bailey.
So not
this
Eva?
One. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Not Bailey and Eva?
No.
No.
Although that was quite a story as well. Rivalry of the year. This one could get interesting because I know we're going to differ on this one.
All right, let's see. Rivalry of the year. Oh boy. All right. You already know yours?
I know mine, yeah. And this isn't like something that I've had to think about. When I filled out this ballot, I filled it out in like.
Is there a John Cena US Open Challenge match for NXT?
No.
Oh, all right.
I filled out this ballot in about 2 minutes, and I haven't changed anything on it. So.
Rivalry of the year, NXT.
And I know this one. I know for certain. Ours is going to be different because I'm looking at the 86 other people that voted, and nobody else has this one.
Let me look at the NXT roster. Because before I make my decision,
okay,
I just want to double check something.
A lot of good ones this year. Well, I don't want to say good ones. There are a lot of rivalries this year.
Superstars. Let's go to NXT. Okay, all right. So I'm here. I didn't like the end to this rivalry, so I don't. That like it's the one I want to say, but I just don't like the way it played out. No, because he didn't necessarily have a rivalry with anyone in particular. Oh God, this is actually tough. Oh fuck. Shit. The thing, all right, here's what makes it hard. Kevin Owens came and pretty much just started a rivalry with everybody.
Okay.
But none of his rivalries ever finished.
Okay.
With the exception of the one with Finn Balor. But the way that finished, it was like it would have had more legs if we knew that it wasn't going to, that it was going, if we didn't know where it was going because it was going that way. For example, we knew that he was going to be losing these matches because he was on the main roster.
Uh-huh.
He tried to make it as believable as possible, but you can't. We know you got to drop that title. I mean, you're in a feud with Cena,
right?
And then you had the stuff with Sami Zayn, and
got to pick one. Rivalry of the year.
Actual rivalry.
Rivalry, just something against something. Rivalry of the year.
I'm trying here. I'm trying. I'm really, really leaning.
The scary thing is that I think once I say mine, you'll then agree with me. And I don't think you're going to think of it on your own. It took me a minute to think about it when I filled out the ballot, and I knew right away. I'm like, I know what it is. Who you got?
I'm gonna go with Owens and Balor.
Owens and Balor for Rivalry of the Year.
Well, mainly because of their very first match.
Mm-hmm.
And how they started building, like how that was the thing that started building, because that was Finn's first loss, right?
Yeah. Because Owens was champion, and then Finn Balor lost to him because he didn't bring the Demon, and then he brought the Demon and won in Japan, and then they had another match in Brooklyn.
The story behind that entire thing there was what sold me on. It's tough because none of these rivalries like really lasted too long.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to say something with Corbin, but it's like Corbin just goes against everybody.
That's the Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens was a popular one too, and
that would have been the one, but it didn't have an ending.
Right, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens was popular. Kevin Owens and Finn Balor was the other popular one. Are you ready for what mine is?
Go for it.
You almost had it, Wiza. Baron Corbin versus the Indies.
That's what I wanted to say, but I'm like, I can't because
yeah, you can. That's been the build for his whole character.
Because I said that's what I just said. Like Baron's just been going against fucking everybody, and I'm like, but so I can't say. That's the only reason why I said I can't say that, because it wasn't like it's someone like by themselves. I don't know. Rivalry of the year. Why is it versus botching?
Wow, that's a versus botching.
That's the gimmick.
You botch everything.
What's the gimmick?
You are Sin Cara on Christmas. Sin Cara is going to knock on my door on Christmas saying happy.
Sin Cara emails me asking me for this shit, bro. The fuck?
But don't you agree? Baron Corbin versus the Indies?
We said rivalry of the year was Wiser versus EA.
Yeah. Oh,
Wiser versus Orlando Jordan. I'm getting out of the comment. Just getting out of control. Wiser versus Dixie. Fucking Dixie.
But yeah, that's my choice. Baron Corbin versus the Indies.
Then yeah. That's what's he turned heel. Absolutely.
Nobody else.
It's been very consistent.
Nobody else had this one. Baron Corbin is still going against Indy guys. It's the easiest choice. It's the build to his character and possibly going to be how he wins the championship. Baron Corbin versus the Indies. He told a man to go back to a company he never worked for. He told Apollo Crews to go back to Ring of Honor.
He didn't give a fuck.
I'm waiting for him to go and tell Finn Balor to go back to PWG.
Why don't you go back to TNA?
Oh my god! If he told Joe in a match to go back to TNA, I would die. God. I would cry because they say for years, "Oh, he's just been in the Indies for 10 years." I'm like, motherfucker, he was in TNA.
Oh fuck! Oh shit! Blackjack. The next guy that Corbin's gonna wrestle is James Storm. He's gonna yell all in his face to go.
If he wrestles James Storm, I'm done.
Go back to Beer Money.
Go back to Beer Money. Oh my god!
The crowd pops. Beer Money.
You know what? It works best when Baron
comes out.
It works better when Baron Corbin just has no idea what it is. Like he's just heard what ROH is before and just yelled it out.
That's where you're from.
Yeah, that's where you're from. Go away. Go back to CZW, you idiot.
Fuck your Roman. He's wrestling Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Go back to ECW.
Oh my God.
Oh shit.
Breakout star of the year. Any recent signee is eligible, so it had to be a signee
Samoa
from
Joe.
this year. What's that?
Samoa Joe.
I'm going with Asuka.
Oh, I thought we wasn't including men in this whole gimmick.
No, breakout star of the year, male or female. Any signee.
Then you gotta go with Asuka, yeah.
No, Asuka, not Samoa Joe.
You
No,
gotta go with Asuka. But I mean, for men, it's Samoa Joe.
Yeah, for men it's Joe. It took Joe a while, but it finally got there.
Yeah, his music's still ass though.
Yeah, man, you really hate it.
I hate that music. I really do.
This one could get interesting. Shocking moment of the year. Now, I'm not going to say that we're going to be on differing opinions here because so far we have actually been very, very close to everything. I think there was the only thing we split on really was Sasha Banks. Which Sasha Banks match?
Which Sasha Banks match? That's
yes, which one? Yes.
Shocking moment of the year.
Yes.
Would I be wrong to say like Alex Riley leaving the announce table? The fuck was he thinking? Shocking moment of the year. I saw the Kevin Owens thing happening with Sami Zayn, so I don't want to say that shocked me. That will probably win, but what would my shocking moment of the year be? Give me yours. I've been going first. Give me yours.
That was actually mine. Was Kevin Owens defeating Sami Zayn for the NXT title via technical knockout?
Oh, defeat? No. See, I was.
You mean
turn?
No, that was last year.
That was true. Was it? I thought he came beginning of this year.
No, he started at the beginning of December. Mid-December, and then the match happened in February, I believe. And Kevin Owens, my shocking moment of the year was Kevin Owens defeating Sami Zayn
by knockout. Yeah,
technical knockout. I mean, you just look at the faces in the crowd that night.
You don't see that happening. That just never happens.
No, people were legit uncomfortable. They were frightened.
Yeah, and they even got me. Got hook, line, and sinker there.
And plus, some people thought that they were going to get a fuck finish, and then Kevin Owens won, and they're like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah. Well, before I agree, let me just think of some other ones.
Sure, because there are some other ones that some people thought of, but I just thought without a question this was it. But I mean, I'll let you mull it a little bit.
Shocking moments of the year.
Somebody went with a funny one.
Let me hear it.
Corbin interferes on Finn Balor and Apollo Crews title match. And his reason for this is because interference in a title match in NXT never happens.
That's all right, cool.
It
really doesn't.
That is a fair point. A lot of people had Samoa Joe debuting, and I'm like, you can't put that up against that.
Well, people didn't see that coming because it wasn't talked about.
True.
And then he came out with some shit music.
Oh yeah, no, that was his shit music, Wiza.
The shit that he got now is shit. No, I'm just gonna go with yours. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because winning by TKO, that just doesn't happen.
No. That I can't remember the last time WWE has done anything like. Well, no, I still can't remember the last time WWE has really done anything like that.
Autumn with the happy holidays. Happy holidays to everyone.
Mm-hmm. And then the last one, because I refuse to glorify chant of the year, awesome moment of the year. So just a moment that was what was your favorite or greatest moment that happened this year in NXT? Somebody hilariously put the moment when Kevin Owens was escaping Finn Balor when they were in Columbus, and he on his way out he stomped Alex Riley in the corner.
For no reason.
No reason. He didn't need to. He had his way out, and he's just like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm just gonna stop
you. No reason for that shit.
He put that one as his winner, and I just laughed.
Oh.
I have one, and the more I look at it, the more I'm like, I can't pick anything else. There have been
because if you do the Kevin Owens one, you got to do the Sasha taking the little gimmick off of Bailey's little girl.
Yeah, people put that one too. I went a little bigger than that. I just went with. I'll give you mine. I went with Sasha and Bailey just being given the main event.
Okay. Well, yeah,
just the only reason I'm giving it to him is because it was historical. Women have never in WWE have never headlined a special or pay-per-view show. Not only that, they gave him 30 minutes to work. They should have been given the main event in so many, well, not so many other, maybe 2 other shows. They should have been given the main event for the matches that they worked, and they finally got it. So I'm only giving it to that for that reason.
Okay, let me see something here.
And that's one that can be beaten, I think. Because if you just go for like actual moment, like an action that took place, then
all right, hold up. Let me.
Somebody put Samoa Joe entering the ring and signing the contract and leaving.
Yo, that might be the one. That might be the bro. That shit wasn't clean.
Shit was so clean.
That was clean as fuck.
Get in here, Joe. I want to fight you. I want to fight you. And Joe just walks in. He doesn't look at him, signs it, leaves, gone.
I'm out. Fuck yeah to that one. All right, I'm just I'm looking at all of the shows now. Okay. Let me look at the cards because I feel like we're missing some stuff that happened in the beginning of the year with a lot of this.
I mean, there was the at that time Sasha Banks signed her contract with a stamp.
Okay.
And stood on Becky's head because fuck her. There was the Sasha actually making Izzy cry, and then getting legit nuclear heat for it. I'm trying to think what else. What about let me look through some of these other answers, and I can give you some. Kevin Owens existing is not an answer.
I mean, that's it. You have to say Asuka existing would be.
Yeah, just Asuka. Yeah, Asuka knocking out
just her name. Just that's it.
Asuka. Yeah, just Asuka. Somebody did put Asuka the roundhouse kick that she delivered to that jobber.
Yeah.
The 4 horsewomen curtain call.
You know what? I might go with that.
That's not a bad one either.
I might go with that. I mean, it was the beginning of the end, but
yeah,
all went downhill after that.
Mm-hmm. There's somebody with a joke ballot that I have to read because this is actually hilarious. His superstar of the year was the Drifter Elias Sampson.
Yeah.
Women's Wrestler of the Year is Eva Marie. His tag team of the year was Sawyer Fulton and Angelo Dawkins.
Yes. With the headbands. All right.
Match of the year was Baron Corbin versus Steve Cutler.
What?
Which was also his rivalry of the year.
Yeah. This dude right here ain't give a fuck.
Breakout star of the year was Cal Bishop.
What? Wait, run that. Wait.
Cal Bishop, the guy that they released on Breaking Ground. Huh?
What was the gimmick?
He didn't have a gimmick. His gimmick was
no. What was the category hit? Like, what was the gimmick?
Oh, he's not taking it seriously.
No, what was the category?
Oh, breakout star of the year.
See, that's where he fucked up. He should have Solomon Crow.
Oh, yeah, that one would be.
Should have gone Solomon Crow.
shocking moment of the year was Sawyer Fulton walks out on Angelo Dawkins.
This guy's awesome.
And, wait, no, and we're not there yet. His awesome moment of the year, Angelo Dawkins. I can't read it. I can't read it. I can't read it. No.
He went back to Angelo Dawkins.
I even got it off.
This guy.
It's awesome.
This guy is the shit.
Hold on.
I can just imagine him. Like, he got some Cheetos in his left hand. You know, he's in some briefs, not even boxer briefs, just some briefs. Just sitting there. He got himself like a fucking mojito in front of him, and he's just fucking typing this shit in randomly.
Yes.
Just scratching his ass and shit. Yeah, this is what I see for this guy.
His awesome moment of the year. Don't make me laugh.
This awesome moment of the year is in the box versus the machete or the
Oh God, no. Thank God that was in Chikara.
Oh God.
Angelo Dawkins wears 2 headbands.
Not just one.
Not one.
Not one. 2. You gotta wear 2. Oh my God.
Oh man.
I have tears in my eyes. What is the deal with this guy with Angelo Dawkins?
I don't know, but this is a great gimmick. I love
this guy right here, man.
He made sure Angelo Dawkins got his love.
He really ramped it up. What was the superstar of the year again?
Oh fuck! Hold on.
How is it not Angelo Dawkins?
His superstar of the year was the Drifter Elias Sampson.
Yo, no, it's when you say it, like I just see his face pop up in my mind. And he got this stone face with a little shit in his mouth that he played the guitar with.
Oh my God, are you gonna live?
Yeah. No, I just see a guy dead ass. See a guy just in his fucking recliner, scratching his ass.
Just hold on.
Yo, oh my God.
Superstar of the year.
Okay.
Drifter Elias Sampson. Women's wrestler of the year.
That was his tone. No. That's his tone as he's choosing them.
Just women's wrestler of the year, Eva Marie. Awesome moment of the year. Angelo Dawkins wears 2 headbands.
All right, we gotta move on. I'm fucking sweating. I got tears in my eyes. The 2 headbands. Why? Why would he think of that? Okay, we got to talk about something else. Fucking.
Let's talk rumors then.
All right, fuck it. Yeah, fuck.
So yesterday, or today's rumors, I should say. According to the Observer, 2 of the proposed ideas for changes to the Slammy Awards are doing voting a week ahead of time or moving the show to WrestleMania week. This way they can get more stars there. So when they do The Rock or somebody, they can actually get them there to accept the award rather than just like kind of revealing them the day after. So this way you don't have like 5 people not showing up.
Okay.
Despite how successful his return was to Raw, Vince McMahon is apparently still against the idea of being a regular character on WWE television. I can't express the reasons why that annoys me.
Say it again. Still wiping tears from
Vince McMahon is pretty much just against the idea of being a regular character. I can understand not wanting to be a regular character, but you were just a part of a really big angle.
I mean, he should pop up again, but he shouldn't be a regular character. Absolutely not.
Oh, I agree with that, but
Triple H should be taking his spot.
Yeah, but I don't. Where the fuck has this guy been?
As a matter of fact, I would think that Triple H should be more hands-on, like in the ring. He should definitely take Vince's spot. If the angle calls for it, Triple H shouldn't just be the guy in the suit all the time. I mean, Vince came out with the suit, took it off. He's wearing a tank top. He's jacked to the gills, and he gets his ass kicked, but he's kicking some ass in a weird way. But who's Shane McMahon?
I don't know.
All right, continue
on. The Observer notes that Neville winning Breakout Star of the Year was a surprise to WWE, and the angle they ran with Kevin Owens and Dolph Ziggler was planned for that spot because they thought he was going to win.
Wait, so they're saying that this is a legit, that Neville won?
Apparently, it was legit.
Then they're going to have to explain to me the whole tag team of the year thing then. They're going to have to explain that one to me.
It's funny because Joey Styles actually on Twitter talked about that, and he said they're all faces. What do you expect? They're teams that people like. Normally, they're gonna vote for a face rather than vote for a heel. No. But at the same time, I'm like, no. Do you see how over New Day is?
No.
New Day.
No. See. Now there's some kabukiing going on, Blackjack.
Listen. I agree with you. I'm just telling you what he said.
No. I'm going to bring something up. Hold up. I want to make sure that I'm covering my bases before I bring it up. Let me go to shopwwe.com.
Okay. Them unicorn horns were gone in 5 hours.
Let me type in Usos.
The strap-on dildos were gone in
Usos have merch, right?
Yeah.
I don't think they've ever sold out anything. Whereas New Day sells out everything. They sold out dildos on their foreheads.
Yes, they did.
You mean to tell me?
I'm looking at featured superstars right now. It is John Cena, Dean Ambrose, The New Day, Kevin Owens. How the fuck did the Bella Twins? All right, whatever.
Oh, yeah,
and Roman. I guess you have to have a diva there, and then Roman Reigns.
Bella sell.
The Bellas do sell.
Blame Total Divas.
And then Roman Reigns. You know who I don't see here? The Usos.
Can someone tell me so I don't buy what your man Joey Styles is talking about.
Neither do I.
Their faces, of course, people are going to vote for him. No. Reason being is because, one, they haven't been on TV for over half the year. 3/4 of the year, they haven't been on TV.
Yeah.
So they can easily be forgotten. Number two, New Day.
If that's the case, Seth Rollins shouldn't have won Superstar of the Year.
For a good amount of time, I want to say damn near for 5 months or so, New Day was the most over thing on the roster.
Yes.
Give or take a Brock Lesnar. New Day was the most, like it wasn't close. Who the fuck is turning on their TV when they hear, oh, the Usos are on? Don't buy that bullshit. I don't know. Fuck out of here with that shit. No. See, here's what happens. People be like, oh, these guys work at WWE. These guys are in the know. These guys are credible. So, whatever they say, oh, yeah, that's gospel. Fuck out of here. People need to stop. People need to stop. Because they'll say those things, then you'll hear little what they call smarky guys or internet guys. They'll say one thing, well, those people don't know what the fuck they're talking about, like they're not on the inside. Well, you are, you're still spewing bullshit. That right there is some grade A bullshit. Fucking New Day's faces, so of course people are gonna vote. Fuck, I mean not New Day, Usos. Fuck out of here with that shit. You know, I mean, Xavier Woods showed you the fucking numbers on the retweets.
He did.
And it was more than double. More than double. I'm not trying to hear that shit, Joey Styles. You can eat a dick with that one.
Eat a dick.
That's some bullshit, man. Stop trying to cover up for the bullshit. It's work. It's work. It's work. I'll clear my throat too. Fucking Sawyer Fulton and
you got mad.
Angelo Dawkins and shit.
That's funny. You went from dying hysterical laughter to like nuclear heat in a span of like 5 minutes.
No, because that's just fucking. Don't insult my intelligence. I'm not. And a lot of people are gonna believe that bullshit. And they're gonna think like, oh, well, maybe New Day really did lose. No, it's fucking bullshit.
Maybe we should vote, Liza. Maybe we should vote next year.
Our vote doesn't count.
Our vote will make a difference.
Democracy. No. You probably think your vote actually means something when you're voting for president too, right? You think so? You think that's what it means? No,
Liza,
our vote doesn't mean shit.
Liza, listen. Angelo Dawkins wore 2 headbands.
You know what? that that should be nominated somewhere. Does that guy have a Twitter? I need to follow that guy.
He might. He actually.
You find me that guy's Twitter ASAP. I'm following that guy.
Angelo Dawkins or
no? Fuck no.
Oh, the guy who wrote that.
The guy that's sitting there scratching his ass. Give me that guy. He got some good shit. You know, he be smoking some shit, boy.
In the latest Wrestling Observer newsletter, Dave Meltzer reports Tom Phillips was legit shaken up by the beating Stephanie McMahon put on him on Raw this week. Apparently, it's become something of an issue within the company.
What, Stephanie fucking people up?
Yeah.
She was wailing like a little girl. That shit ain't hurt him. But then again, when I did see it, I meant to bring this up on the Raw review.
They did put it on the picture, like his face was swollen afterwards.
She ain't hit him like she hit Reigns.
Dude, have you seen Stephanie's arms?
Yeah, bro, I seen videos of her pulling 400-pound sleds like with her fucking calves though.
Yeah, I'm trying to get hit by that woman. No.
She's a fucking brick house. Yeah.
Nah, we ain't gonna do that.
But like the way she was hit, like she was just like swinging wildly. She wasn't really connecting on him like she was Roman Reigns. I'm surprised that he didn't need to go in for fucking surgery.
Correct.
That dude should have had a bone like chipped in his face or something. Like he got fucked up. Tom Phillips, on the other hand, is his name, right? Tom Phillips.
Yes.
Yeah, that guy. He just no. She was just like swinging wildly, not even really connected. Fuck that. But I did want to bring that up on the Raw review. Like they're gonna do like a pressing charges on Stephanie angle eventually.
Which is so weird considering that they still have
some pay. Like there has to be like something coming down the pike for Stephanie at some point.
What about Roman Reigns?
Roman Reigns is gonna punch her in the mouth. Like what is gonna be the payoff for Stephanie's abuse? Because she's been doing this for a while now.
Man, remember when Stone Cold could just stunner her and that would be it?
That'd be it. Her fucking shoes would fly into the audience. That would be like he would do it, pour beer on her, and leave. He'd pour beer right on her face and leave. Who's gonna do something about it? Nobody. Can't do it no more. World's too fucking PC. Got too many sponsors. Blah blah blah. But there has to be some type of. She's been just wailing on people for a couple years now to no payoff.
The thing that sucks is that the only person that can get some sort of like retribution, yeah, is a girl. And but even they don't go over on her.
She's not even really fucking with the girls.
No. And even they don't go over on her.
No, fuck no.
The last person to go over.
I guess it was the retribution was supposed to be Ronda Rousey. But that's not happening. That's definitely not happening now.
Yeah, other than Ronda Rousey, the last person to actually do anything to Stephanie was Brie Bella.
And she got her ass whooped.
Yes. And that ended with Brie pedigreeing her. Because her sister turned on her for whatever reason.
Yeah, we're still trying to figure that part out. And we're trying to figure out how they got back together.
Whatever.
Blood is thicker than Angelo Dawkins' headband.
Right. Blood is thicker.
Let's Let's get back.
Wow.
Let's get back into this.
Michael Bennett and Maria Kanellis apparently got guaranteed deals from TNA.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be allowed to work independent dates, though that may not include New Japan.
New Japan and TNA, I think it's a little heat there, man.
Oh, it's TNA. TNA's ass.
Because I mean, they had Okada, they screwed him over, and
that's why Okada doesn't want to come over here.
There's that. There's definitely that, and I'm hearing that even New Japan doesn't approve of it because of how he was treated.
Yeah, and plus they would fuck him up over here in WWE too. He'd come over here and he would matter for 1 minute.
Rainmaker gimmick. There would be no more panning out. They won't do the pan out.
Yeah, I mean, and the pan out's important. The pan out
very important,
dude. No pan
there
out.
Must be a pan out.
Oh, he's not gonna finish a dude with that.
You don't take away from the pan out.
No,
you don't take that away from a guy. I'm about to fucking search the pan out right now.
There's a really good GIF of it you can search for.
By the way, for those of you who are in the chat after this or in the leather tab, I need you guys to search on YouTube Ken the Box versus Mecha the Mummy review.
Oh God.
I just need y'all to see it. Just for me, please. Just
yes. Ken the Box versus Mecha the Mummy.
I'm gonna tweet it out on the Twitters.
Even better, there's Brian and Vinny who do the Brian and Vinny show on the Wrestling Observer website. They review this match in particular. It is the funniest thing I've heard today.
I'm going to sign into the gimmick here, and I'm going to tweet this match out because I believe that everyone needs to see this before they die.
Mm-hmm.
In the box. Making the Mummy.
Although it is unclear if the Enzo and Big Cass tag team is getting called up in Brooklyn next week. So the interesting thing to note there is that
they done tweeted Angelo Dawkins with the two headbands to us. Oh shit. You gotta see the picture.
Okay.
You gotta see the picture. There's like a glow behind Angelo Dawkins too.
Oh no. Although it is unclear if they'll be called up next week in Brooklyn, it is at least possible, and the word is they'll be called up to the main roster sooner rather than later.
Kaz and Enzo?
Yeah, so we could get them debuting next week.
Stuff with them in New Day will be great.
And then we'll be tired of it in 2 weeks.
I don't want them touching them titles New Day should have them titles until they're just completely dead. I'm talking about people aren't cheering for them anymore. Those guys I like New Day when they're vicious, and then the next day they're gonna come out and cut the promo that they're gyrating for 2 minutes.
The curse of greatness. Yeah, but I think the whole idea is that they're gonna put the title.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna put them. They're gonna rush the titles on them. As a matter of fact,
they're gonna do the whole Paige thing where it's like they brought up Paige and beat AJ because none of these other tag teams are over, or none of these other women are over. Here, Paige, you take it.
I hope they don't do that. Like on a debut, here's the titles from New Day. When do they go to Brooklyn?
Next week. Oh, sorry, this Monday.
Like if they do it at a WrestleMania, I mean, first you gotta gauge to see if the crowd is gonna be behind them. I don't see them getting over on the main roster.
Whoa. Well, first of all, they're gonna be if they actually do debut in Brooklyn.
I'm just talking about overall.
I do agree, but they're guys that can actually talk. So they're gonna be talking with New Day.
Does Carmella? Does Carmella come up with them?
Yeah, 3 people versus 3 people. She can do things with Xavier.
I don't see them getting over. Like outside of Brooklyn, outside of that debut, I say maybe about they go to Brooklyn, do something else in the tri-state. As soon as they hit the Carolinas, dead.
We'll see how it goes. It's all about how they book them, how it works. But then again, it's funny. I actually wrote about this.
WWE and booking in the same. All right, go ahead.
I wrote about this earlier today because what's the guy's name who came up with wrestling isn't wrestling?
The guy.
Max Landis is his name.
Pretty good interview there.
Did you heard it when I sent it to you?
I heard it. Really good.
I wrote an article recently about why I typically enjoy NXT episodes and cringe during most WWE episodes, and it finally just kind of I summed it up perfectly at the end. I said that the key difference between the two brands is execution. When people win and lose in NXT, it matters. It feels like, at the previous takeover, Samoa Joe choked out Finn Balor 3 times before they got to the main event. And it felt like Samoa Joe really lost and that Apollo Crews really lost the same way that.
Yeah, because we now when we think of Joe, I don't feel like Joe is still going to be. I feel like Joe dropped because he lost.
Yes.
I don't feel like, he's about to get a match like next week.
No.
That
loss really hurt. It felt
fall down the ladder.
Right. It feels like, as we're getting closer to the playoffs, you watch I guess, for me, it's the race for the NFC East. Oh shit, we just lost Odell Beckham. We got the Vikings next week. That loss to Carolina really, really hurt our chances, and other people were winning. That's what it feels like. It feels real. Like there's actual consequences to what happens. Apollo Crews losing hurts him too, because now it's like, well, Apollo Crews technically still didn't get his match. It got interrupted, but Baron Corbin just beat him.
Clean.
So does Baron Corbin get the title match now? Does Apollo Crews just get jumped over? And then with all
Baron Corbin's taking that title.
Right. But with all 3 of those guys too still in the main picture, it's not like Samoa Joe's just going to go away.
Wait, they're just now seeing the match. Yes. They're seeing the match. Get in the box. Back of the mummy. You got to check it out. Go ahead.
But then, you have Balor there too. He's realizing all 3 of these guys are coming for his title. Does he start doing the whole Neville thing where he starts taking shortcuts or realizing he's got to do something extra to try to help him win?
Well, Neville's shortcuts only came against Sami Zayn.
Correct, because he realized Sami Zayn could beat him.
Mm-hmm. And he wanted to teach him a little lesson at the same time.
Yes. But all that is there. And then you look at WWE, and I finally narrowed it down. WWE feels like everything is a decision, and we talk about it that way too, which is what Max Landis discussed in his interview. Everything is a decision in the way that we don't think about things in like wins and losses anymore. We're thinking, is it time to put this title on this person? Is it time to give them this? You know what I mean? So
yeah, true.
They don't, which is why I can't suspend my disbelief half the time, and I get angry and I get frustrated watching it because they don't actually try to make things work. Like they didn't try to make Sheamus work at all. They gave him no shot because Roman Reigns just wiped him out the first night. So you have, for instance, like Seth Rollins won the title, and it was just decided, all right, you're going to have the title until X period of time. They didn't have a plan.
Or Daniel Bryan gets the title. All right, you got Kane.
Yeah. There's no plan. They didn't try to book him like a champion. They didn't try to build real challengers. They just said, you're going to have the title until we decide it is no longer needed for you to have the title. Well, he got injured. So then they were like, all right, we're going to give Sheamus the title. And then the ratings sucked. So they decided, you know what? We're going to give Roman Reigns the title. And now Roman Reigns has the title, which is what they've tried to accomplish to do for so long. And since they have no intention of actually taking it off of him, in storyline, they're doing nothing about him.
Here's another thing that he brought up that really resonated with me.
Mm-hmm.
Vince was on to something, and I thought he was an idiot for saying it, but he was actually onto something, and I don't think he understood that he was onto something when he said there should no longer be heels and faces.
Yes, and what he said at the end, I actually do agree with. Yes, go ahead.
When you go back to the days in which you felt like wrestling was at its peak, there weren't really heels or faces. You had Austin, who was just an ass-kicking badass. Was he a babyface? He was the face of the company.
Yeah, he was a face, but he wasn't.
He was a fan favorite. Correct. Yeah, but things that he did was heelish.
Yes,
to win, he won in heel manners often. The Rock, same thing. Then you had your heels who were actually heels, but their roles weren't that different than the quote unquote faces at the time, other than the only thing that made them a heel was who they associated with, right? Not what they did, because what they did wasn't any different than what the quote unquote faces were doing.
Right. Like there were
got over like crazy because people equated that to these are real life things. This is what a person would really do in reality in this situation. And it would just fuck you up. It resonated with the crowd.
Right. Like one of the things that I'm noticing as I'm going back and I'm watching the Attitude Era is that people would change, like if we're defining things by faces and heels, people would change sides like almost like every other week.
Big Show.
But but the difference is that Big Show just changes sides because what the fuck ever. Here you would have, like, for instance, so DX was always at their heart, they were always a team. And then there were times where you would see the New Age Outlaws, the New Age Outlaws turn on DX to join the corporation. But the reason why they joined the corporation was to try to take them apart from the inside. So then that week, they looked like they were a part of the corporation and you booed them. But then when they turned back on them and then you realize, oh, it was all plot by DX, good on them. That's like what real people would do. If you want to try to take down the corporation, and they've got everybody at their disposal. They've got Ken Shamrock, they've got Big Boss Man, you've got The Rock, you have Vince, you have Shane, you have they pretty much got anybody they possibly could. And it's just the four of you or the five of you. You've got to figure out, all right, what are some ways that we can possibly take them down? So you make them believe that they would sell out to the corporation, and then when you have them at a weak point where they feel comfortable and you think they're there, then you pull the trigger, turn on them, and then get your one up that way.
It's just the way that they do heels and faces in today's age.
Oh yes, that's so stupid.
And it's also in reverse, because the heels are the faces and the faces are the actual heels.
Right, because the heels always have to overcome something and the faces are usually the challenge.
And they're sitting there laughing at the guys. And not only that, but these baby faces sitting there smiling and they're so cheesy. And it's, dude, that's not what made WWE successful. Smiley, cheesy baby. Not even Hogan was like smiley. Sure, he was cheesy with the stay in prayers and eat your vitamins, but when it came down to a match, Hogan will fight you.
Yeah,
Hogan will fight. Like, he's not like it. There wasn't no more smiling when Hogan cut a promo. Ain't no smiling. No, this shit is real. This shit is serious. He hulking up. You see veins popping out of his eyebrow and shit. And then you see Cena, who's joking around. You see Roman Reigns talking about tater tots. Fuck out of here. No.
You know what else about the Attitude Era, and not even just the Attitude Era, because this also existed for Ruthless Aggression, and even a little bit after that too.
Like you could think
when people were mad, they came straight down to the ring. They didn't bullshit around, do their whole entrance and everything. No.
Nah. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah. When you were legit mad,
we fighting. Meet me right here.
I want to actually get that old I gotta find that match where it was Rock versus Brock. It was in 2002 at SummerSlam, and The Rock knew that he was going to be in a fight with Brock Lesnar, and Brock Lesnar got in the ring first. And when The Rock came out, he did like maybe a few bounces at the top of the ramp, and he was sprinting down the ramp, and immediately started fighting Brock.
I mean, if you got a feud going with somebody, we need to feel it.
Yes.
I don't care about your entrance anymore.
No.
Because, like I said, when guys did things during those eras that made WWE successful, it
felt real.
Yeah, because it's like, what would you do in this situation in reality? So if I have a problem with someone and I see them walking down the street. All right. Or let's do this one.
I'm about to hit my entrance music.
Let's do this. Let's do this.
Okay.
So you hear your girls, you hear your girls cheating on you with this guy, right? You saw some pictures, less flattering pictures of them two together or whatever, and raise suspicion. Your girl's denying everything. You don't this guy. Guy's a friend of yours, not too close, but he's a friend of yours. And you finally see it's just boiling inside of you. You see them walking down the street together, hugged up, on a street that they didn't think that they would see you on. And you're walking in the opposite direction, coming toward them, and they're coming toward you, and it's like a whole shit moment, right? In your head, do you wait for your music to hit before you start throwing poses?
Oh yeah, no, I gotta have my Brock Lesnar music hit. I gotta bounce.
You gotta wait for your pyro.
I gotta wait for my pyro.
like what are we doing here?
I gotta wait for my pyro.
Oh your ass over there and hit both of them with the biggest haymaker that you can, and then you stun the bitch. And then you pick up a foreign object, preferably a chair or a bottle, and you hit the guy.
But wait,
that's what you do in reality.
But my question
wait for your pyro.
But can I jump on their car first? Can I jump on Dude Man's car first and then have the pyro hit off there?
Who's doing this?
No one.
Who?
Not real people.
And here's the thing. When you go now I got to go back to the Attitude Era because I don't think they did this in the Ruthless Aggression Era. But even if it was WrestleMania, they didn't care what the stage was, what the event was. If there was a problem, if there was a huge feud, I'm meeting you in the fucking aisle. I'm meeting you right on that entrance ramp. I don't give a fuck if it's WrestleMania. I'm meeting you right there. That's how it was.
Yeah. And
you actually feel it because you think to yourself, that's what I would do. Now, we need our fucking yellow showers to hit, and we need to throw up our Randy Orton pose and shit.
Oh, come on. I missed that though.
But would you really wait for golden showers before?
Hell no. Hell no. You know what? If Randy Orton did that and I'm gonna sit here and wait for this fucker, I would actually start.
I need to wait for the crowd to pop.
I would actually start meeting him at the ramp at that point.
Oh man, I need my whole entrance to finish. I need to stand on top of the ropes and pose to the crowd while you're sitting there waiting for me.
No, some scrub jabroni can wait for my whole entrance. Not
you know what? While I'm doing my entrance, I need you to roll out of the ring so I can pose to the crowd some, and then you get back in the ring. Get the fuck out of here, man. No, that shouldn't have happened with guys like give me
Kane.
Give me Daniel Bryan and Triple H.
Okay, yeah, no.
Daniel Bryan, Triple Threat, Randy Orton, and Batista. No, we got a problem there too. Shield versus the
Triple H came out with he had a video game boss entrance.
You know what? Let me actually check this match.
Daniel Bryan came out first.
No. The Shield versus Evolution. Because I'm thinking
Evolution definitely came down normal.
I'm thinking that they might have met them. Oh, no, they didn't, because they were in the ring looking at each other.
Yeah.
They had another match. Where was the other one? They had
it was Payback and Extreme Rules.
Okay, let me look at Payback.
I think they both just had entrances.
I want highlights.
I see the line in the sand.
What I do?
I'm to find out who I am.
Okay, sign a gimmick. They come in. This is Raw. I don't give a fuck about Raw.
What did you see? Did you see Extreme Rules or Payback first?
Extreme Rules, they didn't have the they was in the ring already.
Yes, they were.
Oh yeah, Blue Tista. Oh
Blue Tista.
All right, this one is actually Raw, not the match. All right, so never mind. I thought that they might have met them, but nope. Even there, they didn't do it.
Nope.
So where's the fire? Where's the fire in these guys? They've completely it's little things like that would mean so much more because you actually feel it.
Something else that he brought up too was interesting. he said that Raw works best when it's written like a TV show. When everything crosses over with everything else, people talk fondly about the Attitude Era, and that's because there was a lot of connective tissue between the segments. And that's very true, because it always, like, even as I'm watching it now, and I can watch it more critically now, I'm watching, like, I feel like the corporation is around everything. The corporation is involved in everything. I feel like at any given moment, DX can, like, jump out and attack someone, or if somebody has, like, a storyline that's going out through the whole episode, like, it's everything feels as if it's real, and things happen in the world as, you know, as they go on. So
they created the actual universe backstage,
right? Which is kind of
another thing. Here's another thing, real quick, before you say anything. It's just real quick. Backstage, like, I want you to think back to the parking lot brawl matches, the matches with Goldust and Roddy Piper, where they actually hit the highway. You actually feel as though if you're driving down the highway and there's a feud going on, you just so happen to be in the area, you think there's a chance you might run into them.
Yeah.
That shit is gone. No more of that. Nah, ain't no more of that. When they do, because they do this sometimes, where the guy chased the guy to the back, somebody would bail in the car, and then the other guy would just be like, all right, fuck it, I ain't chasing him. Or he'd be like, all right, I'm chasing him. And then you just never see it. Luke Harper and Dean Ambrose.
They drove off in a car, and then we never saw him again until they came back.
They just come back, and they just finish the match. Like, hold up, but wait, what just happened, though?
Yeah.
And then you got New Day backstage drinking milk, like, hey, he's still whooping your ass.
Yeah, everybody was like, oh, it's going to be like the Goldust whatever street fight. And I'm like, no, it's not, because they ain't going to show us that.
Nope. They just switched drivers and came back, and New Day just laughed at them.
And so what he says is that most of the remembered episodes of Raw are the ones in which events shake an entire show rather than a single moment. Like, I remember there was there's one I'm watching, the one where Mankind won the title. It started out with, they were like, nope, Mankind, you ain't getting no title shot. Fuck you. Corporation would then get DX involved in it, where they had Triple H wrestling against Mankind, and Triple H won, and they had Shane in the ring, and Shane celebrating because he fast counted. And then Triple H was like, no, fuck you, get pedigreed. So then DX then had an issue with, the corporation had an issue with DX, because then Mankind trapped Shane in the middle of the ring and threatened to break his arm unless he was given the title match, which The Rock got upset about. And then The Rock also had his feud with Austin at the time because Vince hated him. You see how all that's, like, connected? And then sure enough, at the end of the show, what happened? You had all of the corporation lined up on the outside to protect The Rock. You had DX lined up on the outside to help protect Mankind. And then Stone Cold at the end comes out to screw over The Rock, and then Mankind pins him.
Everybody who's there benefits and becomes a part of the main event.
And that night, Stone Cold went over, Mankind went over, DX went over. DX celebrated with Mankind. And what did they
association?
Yep. And what did we open the next episode with? DX coming out, and they were getting ready to do their whole normal chant and everything, but then they introduced Mankind instead, and people popped for all of them.
And they continued with it.
Yep.
Huge pop, but let Roman Reigns win the title.
Oh yeah, I was just getting ready to bring that up. Roman Reigns won the title. He stood by himself. They didn't get Dean and the Usos out there until after the match was over, and then
you don't even hear about it next week.
No, next week Roman comes out by himself again.
No one gets over. No one gets the rub. No one gets the rub.
Everybody, listen, the pop
but
for
you
Austin.
Go back to when Mick won, and everybody got the rub.
Especially because Austin's pop was so ridiculously loud.
And they benefit off of that too.
And everybody got it.
Everybody eats. But here, nah, it's got to be Roman by itself. So, all right, so Roman runs out of people to go up against. Who could you put him against? No one is important enough because you're not making anybody important. You're not even letting anybody get a rub off of a celebration.
Nope. You have
how is anybody important?
He mentioned that too. Who are your threatening villains? The League of Nations are buffoons. The loser group are losers. Stardust is a cartoon villain, and the only threatening villain is Kevin Owens, and he just lost. So you have no one. He mentioned people didn't cheer or care when Roman was beating Sheamus. People cheered when Roman attacked Triple H because Triple H isn't a loser. He's a real villain.
Can I throw this at you?
Go ahead.
I think Roman and Triple H is going to happen at Rumble.
I think so too.
And not WrestleMania.
No, I think so too. That's what I have, is that they're happening at Rumble.
I don't have them at Mania.
No, neither do I.
I have Roman and Brock too.
That may be happening. Because I have Triple H and Rock happening at Mania.
I got it because of Triple H though. Think about it.
Because at this point, Triple H has no options, and he's going to resort to Brock.
Yeah, and Paul Heyman,
still,
the way Paul Heyman was with the Slammies,
yes,
he wasn't face-like. He wasn't like he was trying to get under the audience's skin.
Yes,
it wasn't like, all right, I'm just going to go along with the flow of the audience. No, it wasn't. I'm going to lightly jab at the audience. No, I'm going to insult the audience. There might be something there,
right? The only way I can see that not happening is if Triple H decides I'm going to stick Brock on him first, but I can't see that happening. I think that Roman made it personal enough where Triple H wants him first. And then if he can't get the job done, he realizes I have to go to Brock.
Mm-hmm. Which was how he got the belt off of Cena.
Yep. That's the only reason I thought that maybe they could go with Brock at the Rumble. And that was my line of thinking, was that, well, Triple H just realizes, shit, well, last time we tried this, they got it.
What if he says, oh, I got an answer for you, Roman. And his name
is John Cena.
He comes out as a heel with the small ass hat on and shit. His shirt's gonna be like tie-dye.
Oh God.
Just to fuck with people.
And that's one of the other things about things being a decision. Like, remember all those times we kept trying to think, like, there are ways we could turn Roman heel. And then when Roman got over, we just kind of accepted it and said, like, oh, congratulations. Yeah, they finally got him over. But the only reason we decided that, oh, well, they have to do this is because we've accepted that WWE made the decision that Roman is not turning heel, that they're going to make him a face and that there's no other option. Mm-hmm. So we keep booking Roman as, all right, how can we possibly get him over as a face, rather than doing the logical thing, which is the crowd's not with him, turn him heel. Or have him beat the crap out of
everyone. Not being with him stopped after a while, though.
Right. Or turning him heel, because beating the crap out of him and building a monster heel right now would be a better move for you as you try to build up a hero that can take him down, rather than having a guy who has no challengers in front of him. But because WWE
start making guys strong, man. They gotta start making guys strong, and
and they gotta start getting guys over.
They gotta stop beating everybody all willy-nilly. There should not be a reason why Kevin Owens should not be a monster right now.
Yeah.
From the day he beat Cena, he should have been a monster.
That was the biggest they went completely backwards with him. I mean, come on, the guy beat Cena.
The guy beat Cena and sold out all his merch for the following 2 weeks.
There's no reason why, first of all, they should have had a rematch. And second of all, why after that they even had a rematch after that? It just
Owen said, all right, I want your title now.
Well, yeah, but still, that the rematches shouldn't have happened. They should have let him beat Cena and then just go on killing people.
Like, he beat Cena, then fucking slammed, did the power bomb on the apron with the guy. He didn't give a fuck about Cena. No, I'm not gonna shake your bitch ass hand. Fuck out of here.
No, he did that the second match. The apron.
Was it?
Yeah. The first one he beat.
Oh, yeah, Cena tried to shake his hand when he actually won. All right.
Yeah, Cena rolled up out of there when he lost.
Yeah.
Cena's like, nope. No.
But, I mean, if Kevin Owens would have beat him and then, fucking powerbombed him anyway after the match.
Well, then I can understand a reason why you would want a rematch, but I get what you mean.
Kevin Owens should easily be monster. You start the guy off beating Cena.
And they've gone backwards since.
What the fuck? Why do they not want to have challengers for their champions? Why do they not want anyone to get strong? Because I don't get it.
Because I finally realized that titles don't matter because they're decisions.
Even if you don't have titles and you just have decisions, you don't have anyone important. You have Brock Lesnar, you have John Cena, and you have what you're trying to make with Roman Reigns. Everybody else is a jabroni. Everybody. So, how is someone supposed to get invested in any of these matches?
You're not supposed to because everything's a decision.
How is anybody supposed to boost the Raw ratings? What do they turn in there to watch? Cena's not there, Brock's not there, Roman Reigns by himself, and he don't got nobody to fucking challenge him. So what the fuck are we watching?
That's why I said the ratings are just going to go back there. I mean, and they've already started to go back down.
What are we watching? When Daniel Bryan was hot, he had not one challenger, he had several challengers to try to keep him away from getting a title shot. Not getting the title, just getting a shot.
Yeah, Randy Orton, you had Batista, you had the guy we can't talk about, you had those are already three people.
Yeah, the whole Authority.
Yeah, and the Authority and the Shield. The Shield was killing them every night.
Yeah.
Remember, we talked about this last week. With the Shield, they would put him
anywhere he went, he got fucked up.
Yes, they put him in a 3-on-1 match against the Shield, and the Shield made sure that he not only didn't win, but that he would get beat down. And he sent Randy Orton out there to beat him too. And then on top of that, Triple H would have the entire roster line up on the top of the ramp to sit there and watch. And if you didn't,
he also had the gauntlet match where he had to go against some jobber, then Jack Swagger, then Cesaro.
No, it was
one of the matches of the year.
No, it was Jack Swagger and it was Cesaro. Then it was Ryback who killed him.
I think that ended in a DQ.
Right, yeah, because it was a DQ. Yeah, because he killed him and threw him through a table.
Yeah, which he almost fucking legit killed him with that shit too.
Right, that's when all the Ryback heat really started.
So yeah, the Cesaro part of the match ended up being one of the matches of the year.
Yeah.
There were obstacles there. There were challengers there for this guy. Roman Reigns has nothing to look forward to. John Cena has nothing to look. Nothing to look forward to. These guys have nothing to look. So what are we looking forward to? As a viewer audience, what are we looking forward to?
Figuring out when they're going to punish Roman Reigns. Let's at least get that one first before we even talk about challengers for the title. You know what? That's the scarier thing to me. The scarier thing is that it doesn't even seem like the Authority cares that he has the championship right now.
Well, it was a slammy show.
I mean, but they didn't want to address. I mean, because think about it. I know it's SmackDown, but it's
Stephanie slapped them.
Not this week. She didn't.
She told him to get out of the ring. And then she told him to get back in the ring.
Sheamus on SmackDown said that there was an investigation going on and that he would get his rematch. And
what was being investigated?
I don't know. They never brought it back up again.
Sheamus should be a killer. Sheamus should easily be a killer right now. It will be so.
He had 3 other guys with him, and they still couldn't.
Even before those guys, Sheamus alone is so easy to book. He has size. The guy has size. He has credibility.
Well, not anymore. He doesn't.
No, I mean, if you just look at Sheamus as a whole throughout his career,
yes.
If you think of him that way, I'm just saying, if you wanted to book Sheamus, would it be hard?
No.
That shit would be easy as fuck. Wade Barrett would be easy if the guy could fucking stay healthy. Booking big guys would be very easy. Booking Ryback, all of these guys could easily be challengers, but outside. Wait, here's a question. Who wants the title right now?
Nobody.
Who has gone out and said they want the title?
Nobody. There hasn't been one person.
What the fuck am I? Why are we gonna turn there on Monday? Why are we gonna turn to Raw on Monday? Nobody want the title, the thing that actually is supposed to mean something.
I haven't heard Sheamus say a word.
The guy lost his title,
and it's like he doesn't care.
And he's out here bro kicking Neville.
Yes.
Fuck Neville got to do with this? Why is our superstar of the year tapping out 2 minutes later after winning the award?
You mean breakout star of the year, but I get what you mean.
That shit. Blackjack, you're supposed to just.
Well, I mean, I can't have you no sell Seth Rollins like that.
Supposed to just let it happen. And then, like, when I pop the crowd like that, you pop the crowd and you let them do it. Like, you just. Okay. That's why. So, nothing on the show matters. What's gonna happen next with Keith Owens and Ziggler and who wants to? All right. Keith Owens said that he wants the Intercontinental title back.
Well, he just lost his title match. I mean, granted, he didn't get pinned, but he just lost.
So, and then Dean doesn't even look like he's interested in the Intercontinental title picture. He wants to hang out with his buddy.
Yeah.
Usos just got their shit pushed back. They look like jobbers against jobbers.
Yep.
Tag team of the year material.
Yep.
I mean, at least guys want the tag titles.
Yeah, they keep losing, but at least they won it. I feel like I've seen like New Day versus Lucha Dragons and New Day versus whoever for like eternity now.
So
they don't build them properly. So
my argument here isn't what are we going to be turning to Raw to watch. Well, my argument here is
why the fuck are we
giving us a reason
to watch
turn there, because they're not building anybody to make anyone important.
No.
When you turn to Raw back in the late 90s, early 2000s, there were a plethora of guys that you wanted to see. There were guys that you would pay money to, like, you would leave your house, you would pay money to go see them wrestle. There were guys. Let me ask you this question. Excluding Brock Lesnar, excluding John Cena, excluding Roman Reigns. Not saying you would pay to see them, but just excluding them. Who would you say I'm going to take $300 out of my bank account to go see this guy wrestle?
Cesaro?
$300. Keep in mind, you're not changing where they are. I'm talking about as of right now, whatever their position is in WWE, whatever their position is right now, you're going to pay $300 for a ticket to go watch this guy.
Well, the sad thing is that they'll probably
see the rest of the show, but your main reason is because you want to see this guy go. Go for it. Give me one. I'll take one.
I mean, Neville does flippy shit.
I'll take one. Give me one. Here's what's crazy.
They won't let Cesaro work 15 minutes unless the guy's name is John Cena.
Here's what's crazy. I went to WrestleMania with Smalls.
Mm-hmm.
One of the biggest things that I was interested in seeing was Undertaker's entrance.
Oh, yeah, that's a problem.
I mean, no, because there were other guys I was interested in seeing. You had the CM Punk and Undertaker match. You had Brock Lesnar. I didn't really care for Rock and Cena.
Nobody did.
You know, you had Shield, which was hot at the time. So, did I feel as though I got my money's worth? Was that show worth $500? No, not really. But the experience, yes. Would I pay that much to go see any of those guys wrestle now? No.
Would you pay $300 to see Nikki Bella wrestle in whatever the fuck she was wearing at the Slammies?
Yo. You gotta see how I just leaned. Like,
okay, well there we go. Well, I found your answer.
Well, no, still, because I gotta watch her wrestle. No. Like if I 300, nah.
All right, what if she just stood in the ring for 5 minutes?
Nah, it's not that deep.
What if you got like front row seats and she stood right in front of you for like 5 minutes?
Here's the thing with WWE.
Like how now you're just no selling it.
At this point, and this is what's bad, because back in the day you paid to see the wrestlers. Now You pay for the experience. You're paying for WWE and not the wrestlers. So who are you getting behind?
That's true. Yes, you're paying more for the experience rather than the performers.
Both of the events I went to SummerSlam and I went to WrestleMania. And both times, people have asked me, is it worth it? Yada, yada. I said, the experience is well worth it. Everything else, no. Not even close. I mean, well, seeing Brock Lesnar and CM Punk in action, that was pretty fucking good. And then you had the Daniel Bryan. I mean, me and Smalls caught like a pretty historic SummerSlam. We got a pretty good one. We got lucky. That one was worth it. And the experience as well. And we didn't even pay that much for fucking SummerSlam. I think we paid like a fucking $120 or something like that and had them good ass seats. That WrestleMania, nah, that shit could lick ass. Nah, I'm good. It's the experience. If Brock's not on the card, CM Punk's not on the card, Daniel Bryan's not on the card, Cena's not on the card, you're not going. You're not going unless it's for the experience. And it's usually the crowd and the fans that are the experience. That's it. Who do you get behind? They've made nobody important. Nobody's been made important. They've made no new stars. None.
But you're coming there for the WWE. Why?
Ah, damn it. So Roman's going to have a title and nobody that you're going to care for him to watch beat. You're not going to care to watch him beat anybody. Oh, they might throw Brock in there. Oh, great. Hey, they might throw Cena in there. Oh, great. But then what else? But like, who else? Seth's coming back. All right. Okay, cool. But like, is Seth going to sell out stadiums? No. Is Roman Reigns going to sell out stadiums? No. Dean? No. Who else do they have?
They have the guy Sting.
Is Sting gonna sell out stadiums? No. Taker ain't gonna be there long. Taker ain't selling out no stadium. On his own? No. I mean, Kane? No. Kane. So they've done it. Beating the dead horse here. It's like, how do they not see this shit? How? I'm telling you, it's a work. They're working the stock market, Blackjack. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's a work. It's a work. They're doing it on purpose. They can't possibly be this incompetent. No.
Well, they can.
No. They dropping the worth. They're dropping the stock on it. They're gonna buy low and sell high. I'm telling you, that's what's happening. Right now, stock is probably getting even more better in the WWE network because of NXT. But you remember when the stock was getting real low for the network? Yeah. Now NXT is getting hot. Stock might be going up.
Tommy Dreamer is selling out bathrooms. Oh man!
So bring Tommy Dreamer back. He'll sell seats. Fuck out of here. Fucking Tommy, fucking guy want to get shot from a sniper. Fuck that guy. Like what? Let's talk about Angelo Dawkins. This guy,
he's got two headbands.
This motherfucker got two headbands.
The curse of greatness.
This motherfucker can sell headbands. He needs merch. I gotta say, Big Daddy Yum. Why is Big Daddy Yum Yum names coming up?
Because he's Big Daddy. Big Daddy Yum.
They finding a way to bring Big Daddy Yum Yum into
that
this.
Motherfucker selling would sell out. You know, the crazy thing is that they're doing this whole rib on Heath Slater. Have you seen that, by the way?
That motherfucker was number 8 in Superstar of the Year.
Superstar.
Hey, Blackjack, what I tell you?
I'm just like, no, I'm sorry. You said stupor, and I just laughed. It just made me laugh.
Okay.
Superstar.
Okay.
I mean, you can call him a superstar. I have no problem with that. I just thought it was funny.
I thought we just talked about
that. Heath Slater finished 8th. Yes. And then they did they pretty much just ribbed him.
What'd they do?
With Michael Cole. They brought him on there, and Slater. I mean, Slater didn't really
told me to check out the gimmick, and I just was like, Heath Slater, I'm not looking.
He needs to, like, it's just amazing to me in a time where you need anybody, do something with the guy. I don't care if you beat him every fucking night. Do something with him.
Oh, wait. Say why? So could you imagine if Angelo Dawkins wore 3 heads? Like the shit covers his eyes.
Is he Cyclops now?
Go ahead, Heath Slater. Do something.
It's Heath Slater. I don't care anymore.
Yeah, I mean, the rib is like, no, we're not going to do anything with. So, what was the interview about? Them not doing anything with them?
They hold on. I gotta remember the trick.
Was it them saying, like him saying, hey, they don't do anything with me, and Michael Cole's like,
well, it was pretty much what he talked about was like, I finished 8th. People want to see me. People want to see me.
They want to hear my music.
Yeah, hit Slater's music. I'm trending. I'm doing everything, and I don't get out there. I lined up 4 times for John Cena's Open Challenge, and do you ever see
music hit?
Huh?
And then New Day's music hit.
Yeah.
Hit my music. Do you hear New Day? He thought it was legit, so he lined up to go take on Cena. I'm in line. Hit my music. I'm coming out.
Yeah, I'm right here. Come on.
Oh, you thought that this was legit? This was a real open challenge?
He said open challenge. Therefore, I am here. Why is my music not being hit?
Yo, is Angelo Dawkins going to be the new John Cena?
Oh, my God.
Sorry. All right.
But yeah, it's pretty much Michael Cole was like, I had to interview you because you're in demand. And he was like, I just want to make sure I'm not being swerved. He talks about wanting to wrestle for the U.S. Championship. Now, he never got the chance. And Cole gets to a point where he's like tired of it. And then he starts asking like the off screen, like, was Italian actually correct? And then Michael Cole, I think, asked him, or no, I think Heath Slater just starts singing Jingle Bells and wants Michael Cole to sing with him. And then Michael Cole just like, all right, can we get Dean Ambrose in here? Just somebody else? Anyone else?
Wasted Michael Cole's time?
Yeah, you wasted Michael Cole's time. That was great. You're ribbing the guy. Congratulations. You're still not doing shit with them, and you're paying him.
He's Zack Ryder.
So at the end of the day, who's really stupid?
I mean, he making money. Fucking hoes. But yeah, he's Zack Ryder.
I guess.
So, internet got you over? Great. We're not putting you on TV. And when we do, we'll make sure that you get you a crush on a girl and Cena's going to kiss her in the mouth. Yep. There you go. Deal with it. So, are we going to wrap up?
Yeah, sure. Oh, wait. We still have what wrestlers look like.
All right, let's go for it.
Let's
Mouse?
Let's see what's here.
I was actually doing some recording today. Proud of myself.
All right, let's slide on down to 2 hours ago. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I did see that. Okay. When you go to your ex crib for Christmas, but her man is there, and you ask him how my dick tastes, and it's Dolph Ziggler in a Nikki Bella t-shirt.
Hold up. I'm pulling up the mentions. I gotta see these pictures.
Oh, Ziggler's trolling. You know what? At this point, Ziggler can do whatever he wants. They're not going to do anything with him. He might as well have fun with it. He was on Unfiltered with Renee Young and a Nikki Bella Christmas sweater.
Yeah, I saw that. All right, still scrolling. All right, so yeah, the first thing I see is the Ziggles.
When you give your side chick permission to show affection in public, and it's Daniel Bryan hugging Kane, I don't know.
Why is it?
What a video! So you're forced to watch TNA.
I don't get it. What?
Triple H's tear.
What?
His tear. The tear. I'll retweet that just for the tear.
Yo, wait. When did I put up a video? I never put up videos.
That's the problem. So now he's forced to watch TNA, you asshole.
Damn, my bad. The face you make when your friend tells you change his name to Keith. All right, that's not great. Whoa. But no. Is that John Morrison? All right.
Yeah, it is. That's so that was the Prince Puma John Morrison match. Where you're saying it's 1-1, but
I'm sorry, I'm looking at this one with Sasha and the gimmick guy with the baby.
when you taking a family photo, but your baby is like, you're not my dad.
Look at the look on the baby though.
Yeah, the baby's just like, huh.
Baby with the no cell.
Mm-hmm. Like, I'm light skinned, you ain't. What's your problem?
Yo, the next one with Triple H.
When you in a bad accident, but your boss, you can still come to work. That's a good one.
Even the next one.
That's from Quest.
When the Holy Ghost hits you.
The flop. Oh,
that flop is gonna always be good. That's
dear God, the Xavier one right above it.
Let's see. Oh boy, that bruh. What is Xavier doing? What is he doing?
He's doing whatever he wants, Wise.
There's a pee hole on his forehead.
It's pretty damn great. It's how females look like at the hair salon before they go to the club.
Let me see. This Dean one scares me.
Nah.
When you try telling her the steak isn't the only meat. Why it gotta be a picture of Biggie looking like that?
Why does Biggie look like he's naked? First of all,
yeah, you don't like the dude from like Ving Rhames from Baby Boy though.
A little bit, yeah, and he's just got a chef apron on. Like he legit
with
looks
his
like
asshole hanging out. This big ass arm.
Wow.
Breakfast little milk. Let me see. Vince looked like he just saw his daughter on the front page of Brazzers. Okay, Brazzers. Hey. All right. Oh man.
The Adam Cole one. Adam Cole looks like that sleazy sex ed teacher that was always staring at the girl. That is a very clean. That is exactly what he looks like.
Well, who looks like Adam Cole?
Yeah, because he has like that, like he looks like he should just always be clean shaven, but now he has like the creeper like kind of like facial hair.
Okay.
He does look like the sex ed teacher that's always there, like in that picture.
Oh, my sex ed. I mean, sex ed. Why am I thinking about phys ed? All right, never mind.
Different.
Sex ed.
You know, they teach you about sex, Wiser.
No, I'm thinking about my teachers that was sex ed. They were all old people. Never mind. In the strip club and the ugly stripper starts giving you a lap dance. That ain't the face you make, dog. that ain't the face. Let's see. No. Oh boy, this one with the Undertaker. And then the Steve Harvey. No, they done made one out of the box, man.
Oh no, come on, I gotta see that. When you realize Wazda and Blackjack got you over.
Yeah, man, he got the glow.
The that roommate who takes all your paper goods because he's eco. The box, man.
You gotta find a way to get the box man over.
When you find out your opponent's name is Keith.
Punk face. Let me see.
Yeah.
Like Santa gave his brother a new car and him a new pair of socks. See a Punk's face. All right, you got Michael Cole.
That's a good one, Michael Cole. Michael Cole looks like the guy that
that's the face. That's
right. I couldn't think of any comments. That's exactly it. Just
oh shit! This Triple H one right above it.
Oh wow!
Gotta sell it, man.
Oh, it's the one where Triple H is dead after Roman Reigns speared him on the outside, and it just says when she keeps sucking.
Oh no! There's a couple of good ones. All right, the next one is the Santino one is pretty cool, but this one is John Cena. This one is John Cena.
Oh, did you skip the earlier John Cena ones? Oh, there's a later John Cena one. Okay, I just saw.
Yeah, because I mentioned the John Cena with the Steve Harvey. I mentioned the Undertaker.
When you put your point, he turns on Netflix.
Yo, that face, that's clean. Oh man. Hey, Blueberries, by the way, man, Christmas is coming. You should have Taken King by now. Ain't nobody playing with you. Get up on his destiny. Let me see. This big you could have this Big E one right here. You could do some damage with this Big E gift right here.
Yeah.
You could do some serious damage with this one. Let me read it.
Yo, why is he licking his fingers like that though?
He's too hungry. That's chicken right there. You get chicken on his finger. You finish going. Your main chick wants to. All right, when you find out. All right. Okay. I'm gonna go blow my nose. There's no more coming in, I believe.
I think that's it. I'm gonna go with the Adam Cole one is really good. I may go with that one or Big Black Kevin with when you find out your opponent's name is Keith.
Mine, I have two that I'm trying to choose from that are really good for me.
So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Adam Cole sex teacher one, and then the CM Punk when you find out your opponent's name is Keith.
Mine is Michael Cole looks like the guy that gets roasted by his friends.
Oh shit, that one's good too. Damn.
that face.
He just looks at him.
That face.
So that's Kid Coop.
And then the one with Blueberries, when your boy turns on Netflix.
The Netflix one.
I don't know. This is because both of those faces just nail it.
You know what? I like the.
Think about it. Think about it, Blackjack.
I like the Keith one, but you know what? I'm gonna give it to It's Kid Coop. That Michael Cole one is great.
That Cole is. Think about it, Blackjack. You're out and you're with you're fucking with fucking. Here's a good one. You're with Jared. You know, you're talking about whatever the fuck, right?
Okay.
This is Jared. You know, this is Jared. Jared hard-nosed dude. He turns on Netflix though.
Yeah, I understand.
That face?
That face, yeah.
Like, hold on, but wait, we were just talking about, I'm going to go with the Michael Cole, though.
I got to go with the Michael Cole.
That face is just too fucking clean.
It really is.
That's too clean. It don't make no sense to be that clean. Oh, that one is really clean. The Cena one is clean too, but that one,
Michael Cole one, because it's Michael Cole. Like, you really think Michael Cole?
Just that face, everything about it,
and it's Michael Cole. Like the added bonus is that it's Michael Cole.
There's nothing you could like. You really over there getting roasted.
You just sitting there like
got nothing. You ain't like they just hit you by surprise and you ain't see it coming. And you ain't have no ammo prepared. You just sit there like that. Like just
like I can't do anything about this. And you can't beat him up or anything either because you're Michael
can't walk away.
Nope.
Gotta take this roasting like a man.
I just gotta take this out and it sucks.
Do you think Total Divas contaminated Paige? You know what? Here's the thing with Paige.
You can look, but you can't touch.
And we'll close it out with this.
Okay.
Here's the thing with Paige. I want your opinion on this.
Okay.
The reason why I think we're all ticked off about how Paige has turned out, especially with this whole Divas thing.
Because she started out as the anti-diva.
Yeah. But who was she when she was, what was it, Brittany Knight?
Yeah.
What was her character then? I'm sure she was an anti-diva.
She was she would like fight her own family. I think from what I understand,
regular chick, right?
A little bit regular, yeah. I think she was like she actually, from what she's talked about, she actually played a little bit of a spoiled brat as well, but not in the idea of being a diva. But more
so the thing is, NXT is the thing that just made her what we assumed that she would be.
That's fair.
They gave her that character, and we actually thought that she played it so well that we thought it was her character.
Well, she talked about her the first time she actually came over here. When she first came here, she tried to doll herself up and act like a diva.
And she almost got cut.
No, she got cut. They were like,
okay.
They said no. And then they came back the second time, and she came back as herself, or more of what she wanted to go for, and they were like, we're on board. So when they tried to be what she thought WWE would want her to be, she didn't get in. But then she had the different look, and they were like, yeah, that.
So how did I even come up to that? Oh, yeah. So do I think Total Divas? No, I don't think that they contaminated Paige. I just think that we all bought into her NXT gimmick.
Yes.
And that's just what it is. It was a very well done, not say well done gimmick, because she actually kind of fell out of the anti-diva toward the later half of her NXT career. Like when she won the title, it wasn't really like anti-diva. She wasn't really anti-diva anymore. She was just, ass kicking Paige, but she wasn't really. I'm not a lover of divas.
Yeah,
don't consider me a diva. Like we didn't get that from her.
Right. Like when they did that video package of her, she was just like, I'm the anti-diva. And when we never got that, we were just kind of like, okay, why are we getting behind you again?
She was just always a chick.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing different about chick. She's just a chick. That's what I get from Paige at this moment. Just a chick that we bought into.
Yeah. All right, so that'll do it this week for the Clean Finish podcast. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate. Have fun. We will be back next week, December 31st, 2015, which will be New Year's Eve. Geez, we're hitting all the holidays.
Somebody better pay us.
Do you want to skip New Year's? Oh, shit, it is New Year's Day. Shit, we want to just move this to Wednesday.
Yeah, we'll do that.
All right, so next week will be Wednesday, December 30th, 2015, instead of 31st, because, it'll be late at night and we'll be drunk instead of doing this.
Yeah, you ain't about to sit here and tell me that I ain't going to have a drink. Fuck you.
No. Oh, right. And Joey Ryan got sponsored by YouPorn. I forgot to talk about that.
Yeah.
Thank you, TikTok Cyber. We did almost forget about that.
What?
The sponsorship from YouPorn.
Oh, all right. Yeah. How do you feel about the last?
Did you see that, by the way?
No, I didn't.
So it's funny because YouPorn's been trying. They've been like, it's been YouPorn and Pornhub that have been trying to advertise the wrestlers. Like there was the one where I think Pornhub tweeted it in Eva Marie. It's like, hey, if this wrestling thing doesn't work out for you, we got a job for you. And then they tried to recruit Dolph Ziggler too.
Ziggler turned him down?
Yeah. This was around the time where it was debated if Ziggler was even going to come back to WWE. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they were like, hey, you're a good-looking guy. You do porn. Bang all these women. There you go.
They wanted that holiday money.
Yeah. So Joey Ryan, because he flipped a guy over with his penis, got a sponsorship from YouPorn, and he's the first ever member of YouPorn Sports. So,
Yeah, he's about to turn that hoe down. He needs his money.
yes, so he took it. He took the sponsorship. Hey, I say good for him.
It works for the gimmick.
Yeah, his penis got so over it got a sponsorship, and now the move is. And then, huh?
Do they have him doing the pose?
Yes, and
straining with his meat out. Well, not his meat out, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, and then YouPorn. They had to name the move the YouPornplex.
The YouPornplex?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
That is the official name of the move now. It is sponsored by YouPorn.
My goodness, and the move is sponsored by YouPorn. Oh, bravo. That's good.
Dude got his money.
Hey.
All right, now let's roll out of here. See you next week, guys. Remember, Wednesday, December 30th, 2015 is when we'll see you. Happy, Merry Christmas, whatever.
Bye.